So today the mission releases its first science images and gives wings to the dreams of so many people who worked so hard for so long to make this possible. For everyone on Earth, this is your telescope. This is the largest, most powerful observatory ever put into space. It's the product of thousands of people working for more than 2 decades. This is a mission that's singularly focused on the biggest questions in science. So the following phrase is often used too easily, but today actually does mark the dawn of a new era. Today the Webb mission is open for scientific business, and this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. So, John, one of the things you told me about is that you really want to make sure there are some people that get thanked, people that put a huge amount of effort into this.
Absolutely. Our current project manager, Bill Oakes, took the project from a time of trouble.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're live, finally. We missed kind of the first bit of this. I need to minimize this and go into the game. So we are going to play a little bit of Core Keeper while we listen in to NASA discuss these new images.
Every day, making sure that it would happen. So other special person is Senator Barbara Mikulski. She saved our telescope, and she saved the telescope before us. She made sure after the Hubble telescope was launched and it was not in focus that we would go up and fix it. She made sure that happened. When the Webb telescope needed more resources, she made sure we could get that. So, Barbara, we thank you.
Well, it is such an honor to be with you, Jay. I mean, it's been a pleasure to be working with you through this whole thing. Thank you so much. Congratulations, and go Webb.
Thank you.
Go Webb! Yay!
So
all right.
This broadcast, much like every part of this mission,
I'm so not set up for this morning. Ugh, I should be in bed, not awake.
Space, we've been joined by intrepid travelers from around the globe. We have so many extraordinary collaborators. So let's check in with our partners who will be sharing the stage with us today as we reveal Webb's 5 first science images. From the European Space Agency, I'm joined by Katie Haswell in Darmstadt, Germany. Katie.
Wow.
I see Katie in the background there. Also joining us from the Canadian Space Agency
I'm so not set up for this right now.
We have Natalie Willette and Sarah Gallagher. Bonjour. I see Katie in the background there. See the waving too. And so naturally, we're also going to be visiting the nerve center of this mission, the Space Telescope Science Institute on the campus of Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. And there we have Alex Lockwood and Carl Gordon, and they're going to give us updates and more. Good morning. Great. So we'll be back with our international partners shortly, where they'll each reveal one of the new images. But today we're also going to be joined by millions of science fans from around the world. Many are gathered at watch parties just for this event. So here we are really going international. So I'm beginning with Bhopal, India. Do we have a signal from Bhopal? Yes. Excellent. Welcome to NASA. Hello, everybody there. Wonderful to be talking to you today, all the way in India.
Oh my God, I can't type on my phone. I can't type on my phone. This is ridiculous. Not James, James Webb.
Yes.
Good Lord, my name is James,
wonderful.
for freak's sake.
And we also have a warm welcome now in Portland, Oregon. So we have the feed from Portland.
My phone, I can't type.
Can I see everybody there? Hello, Portland. They're in an auditorium, I see. Okay, next we're going to go off to Milan, Italy. So afternoon in Italy. Do we have the feed from Italy? I guess we have a screen from Italy.
There we go. All right, okay. Whew.
And next we're going to go to Rutland, Vermont.
Hi, Rutland, Vermont.
Hello, Vermont. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Thank you for being part of this today. Okay, going even a little bit further afield, we have Netanya, Israel. Hello.
Whoa.
Hello, Israel. Yay. Really
Man,
nice
what a
to see
cool
you
event
guys.
to be at.
Okay, and just one more
speaking
for
of which,
now.
I should probably make sure my microphone's actually working. Yes, it is.
Giving me
Okay.
hugs. Okay, we also have Vancouver, Canada.
Tweet.
Hey, Vancouver. Hi. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful to have all these people with you. So right across from the campus from me, there's
more of you
also
should
a
have
huge
turned
watch
out.
party taking place with members of the Webb team. So the wonderful thing is that they actually are people that have worked on the mission, and they are part of our NASA funny family. So hello Webb team. There they are. Yes. A lot of people I recognize there. So it's incredibly important to me personally, and also to all of us at NASA, that the universe belongs to everyone. And we are thrilled to share this day with fans everywhere around the world. We'll say hello to some more later in our broadcast. So now it's time to start the main event. What you'll see over the next hour will be a collection of images newly processed by the Webb science team. Only a tiny
Getting
handful of
everything,
experts have seen the images
set
so
up
far.
for
And I can tell
streams
you
is
that we have been
ridiculous
so
sometimes.
excited to unwrap them for everyone.
I'm so
We will be
excited for you to
releasing
unwrap
each
them
image
as well.
in
All right,
turn in
one
real
last
time.
thing.
As soon as you
Discord.
see
Let me
it
share
on
to
this
Discord.
broadcast, it will be available for download on the internet. On the screen below, you can see a timeline showing where we are in the show and what's coming up next. And by the end of the show, all 5 images will be available to everyone.
Not at Gmail,
So hopefully
at
you
everyone.
can tell I'm excited.
Come on, Discord.
Okay, so let's do this. Okay, we're going to release the first image right here at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, Maryland, and we're just outside of Washington, D.C. NASA Goddard is home to the project office of the Webb telescope, and the observatory portion of the telescope, the mirrors and the science instruments, were integrated and tested here before launch. So for many of us, including myself,
I cannot type today,
seeing
guys.
Webb come together bit by bit right in front of our eyes was an emotional and very inspiring experience. So it's kind of like a part of us was out there with Webb right now.
There we go.
A
All right.
million miles away,
Stuff and
part
things
of our
done.
hopes and dreams are
Hey,
out there.
Taylor, how's it going? How are
So
you
I'm
and
joined now by
Mr.
Jane
Karnak
the
doing?
Operations project scientist for the Webb mission, and she's a familiar face.
I'm
to
so
people
not
who've been
prepared
following
this
us
morning.
before, so
Yeah,
welcome,
totally
Jane.
not prepared.
Okay,
Holy
so
crap, I had to
Jane,
like
you not only get
redo
the
all
honor
my
of revealing the first
Streamlabs and
image,
everything. Speaking of which,
but
how's the
actually
sound
got a
from the
little bit of
YouTube?
a sneak preview. I understand there was
Is
a
it
very
too
select
loud or is it
audience
not
who's
loud
already seen
enough?
the image.
Yes, so last night, on behalf of the project, I had the privilege of traveling to the White House with the
Yeah, and
with
you
the
didn't
NASA
get to
Administrator
speak. It
Nelson
was
and other
such a
senior
brief
staff
thing.
to share our first image with President Biden and Vice President Harris.
Okay, good.
And
Yeah, I wasn't sure if
it was really
the
fun.
audio
Oh my
from
gosh.
YouTube was going to be too loud. I mean, obviously that's the
They
focus
really
of my
geeked
stream
out.
today
We had
is
a closed-door session
watch
where we
the
got to walk
5
through all the
images come in from the
and to share the
JWST.
excitement, and they were so thrilled, and they got the profundity of what we're seeing. And so now we're going to.
Which means I'm probably not going to get much
Okay, we got
gameplay
the
going
whole
on because I'm going to be
watching. Are you
constantly
ready?
looking at my
The first
left
image.
monitor
Let's do
to
this.
watch NASA.
Absolutely. All
I'm
right, here we
super
go.
excited for these images.
Okay.
So yeah, here goes the first
It's
image.
a deep field,
Boop.
and it's also a deep field with a cluster. So why don't we walk through this just a little bit? So if we come up and look at this
Oh,
image,
man.
first of all, it's really gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's
and we're looking at
teeming
these
with
galaxies right here. These are
And that's
the
something
main
that has been
things that
true
we're
for
trying to
every
focus
image
on.
we've gotten with Webb. We can't
'Cause
take
it's what's
blank
bending the
sky.
light around for
Everywhere
us
we
to see
look,
so far.
There's galaxies everywhere. And so
I'm not
with
going to get
this
any gameplay
this-
going on
this
whatsoever. Hold on.
image,
I need
as we're
to
looking at it,
I
what
need to
we're
go get
seeing is
myself
not just
safe.
all the
Get
galaxies,
back in
but
here.
There's a cluster here. And so the cluster
there's no
of
way
all
I'm
these
gonna
white
accomplish
kind
2
of
things at once
ethereal
today.
galaxies. We're seeing them as they looked back in time. Right? The speed of light is only so fast. And so as we're seing distant galaxies out in space, we're seeing them
I
as they
put
looked
myself
billions
on
of
day
years ago.
shift solely so I could be
these
awake to
cluster
watch this.
galaxies, the white ones, we're seeing as they looked about the
It's
time
crazy.
the
Look at all
sun and
this
the Earth
light
formed.
blending.
And then behind
Heck
the
yeah.
cluster,
I've even
we
got all
have,
my
the
NASA Lego
the
sets
gravity
behind
of the
me.
cluster is distorting and warping our view.
I'm so
of what's
excited about this.
behind.
I've been following
And
the
so there are these
JWST build
galaxies
for like a
that look
long, long
stretched
time. So to
and
finally
full,
see images
kinda
from
like
it is just
they've been magnified
absolutely
because
epic.
They've been magnified by the gravity of the cluster, just like Einstein said they would. And you know, it's
I kind of
really,
wish they didn't
there's
have
so
this
much
on
detail
4
here.
split
We're seeing
pictures.
These galaxies in a way that
The
we've
breaks
never
in the
been able
picture
to
are
see
kind of
before.
terrible.
There's just a sharpness and a clarity we've never
What I
had.
really want to know is if
So we
this
can
is
look
from
at- if we zoom in on this
gravitational
image, and I encourage you
bending
as you
or
grab
if this
image
is
at home, like zoom in. You can
from like
you know,
a pinpoint,
really
like
zoom
it's
in
the
and play
closest
around.
star to us.
There are galaxies here in which you're seeing individual clusters of stars forming, popping up, just like popcorn.
This was the image they
and
released
then
last night that
we
Biden
also see in the
and
background
Kamala
of this
Harris
galaxy-
talked
of this
about
image,
very
kind of
briefly. I wish they
littered
would have
like
gone in more
jewels
detail last night.
All over the back of the image are these faint red galaxies. Now,
12 and a
that
half
was what we
hours of
built the
exposure is all
telescope to
this
do.
took versus like
The most distant
years
of
for
those
Hubble.
are billions of years. We're seeing as they looked more than 13 billion years ago. And so galaxies like that one right there, this little red guy, you're like, okay, yep. What is that?
Hey, Shaughnessy, how you
Webb got
doing?
Spectra to
Greetings
figure out
from
what
my
those galaxies are
imagination.
made of, and this is that one.
My
We're seeing as it
imagination is
looked
it's all based in
13.1
reality
billion
today,
years in the
perfectly
past.
on
Less
space.
than a billion years after the
Oh,
Big
this is
Bang.
awesome. So they're
And
showing
we're
the
seeing
chemical
the
composition.
elements of oxygen and hydrogen as well as neon. You know, this is how the oxygen in our bodies was made in stars.
What's going to be
and in
amazing is if
galaxies,
we
and
turn
we're
this
seeing that
closer to us
process get started.
to really be able to get a grasp on some of our closest planets
This is now
and
the
stars.
farthest away galaxy that we have this sort of detailed information about.
That we know what it's made of.
We know what
like
it's
that.
made of.
Yes.
And
The
this was not
earliest
a long
base
exposure
elements
for
of
Webb.
of life.
The previous record holder, right, the Hubble Extreme Deep Field, was 2 weeks.
I was super surprised on my little React video yesterday. It is by far becoming one of my #1 videos.
About Webb is the
it's ridiculous.
Speed at which we can churn out discoveries.
I think it's like just in 14 hours, it has gotten more views than like my last 2 months combined.
Discoveries like this every week.
That is absolutely incredible, Jane. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been an honor to be working with you. Congratulations.
So this is going to be going on.
Thank you. It's so
actually, let me zoom out of here. That is not what I wanted.
I'll see you later on today, I hope. So enjoy the day. Thank you.
NASA,
so
actually, the
JWST,
JWST.
It's a planet, but not one in our solar system. Remember
first
that
images.
Earth and
Let's
its
see if it
sibling
takes us
planets
to.
aren't the only show in the universe. When scientists and engineers started developing JWST, the search for exoplanets wasn't even part of the plan.
It's going to show there. Where
Exploring
is
exoplanets is now a major component of the mission and the subject of our second big reveal of the day. I'm going to send it now to our friends Natalie Willette and Sarah Gallagher at the Canadian Space Agency in Montreal. So again,
yeah, right here. So here's the schedule. So the schedule today is going to be 9:45 opening statements, 10:30 is going to be live coverage and the actual release to us, and then 12:30 is going to be a big broadcast where they just do kind of a joint meeting. So it's going to be a long day looking into all this stuff. Yoink! Go big again. Oh yeah, where you at in the country today? I'm still stuck on night shift for a couple more weeks. I'm tired of night shift. No, come on, YouTube.
Sorry for the brief.
I hope you get to go home too.
Now going over to Canada.
So my thoughts was I was going to play Core Keeper and get some stuff done, so that way for my next episode while I'm watching this. But I can't do it. I can't do two things. Can't multitask.
We're having some trouble with the signal from Canada.
ADHD has me focused.
We have an exoplanet expert right here, just in case that happened. So this is Nicole Colon, and she's an exoplanet scientist at NASA. And we're going to talk about this amazing new result from a very hot planet, I understand about 1,000 light years away.
That's right.
Oh, okay. So is that the middle?
It is named WSP-96b. And
WSP-96b.
Gaseous giant
Indianapolis, huh? God, I haven't been to Indianapolis since I was 13 years old. We actually got a chance to go to the Indy 500 there.
Absolutely.
My dad went to
what this discovery is
the Air Force leadership training out there.
Well, this reveal that you're going to see
and he was down in Colorado Springs for his actual boot camp.
An exoplanet as taken from the Webb telescope, and this is
it's going to be a pretty boring drive. Are you going across like Nebraska and Kansas to get over there?
We have not had access to before. So we've been able to use other telescopes to explore
that is a weird way to spell Nicole.
In the infrared, but not to this level of detail. Nicole. And this is just one sliver of data that Webb is providing us using the nearest instrument specifically.
And there's something about infrared that is actually particularly good for,
this is the nearest scope that they use, not like even like a super. This isn't even as far as they can go.
Into a rainbow, and look very, very carefully at how much color is coming in each part of the spectrum. So I believe we have that image. If we can put that.
Oh wow, we can actually see what the composition of this planet is.
The spectrum right here.
Holy crap!
We now have our spectrum.
A very water-based planet.
This is exactly what you're seeing, as you just described with spectroscopy. What we did was we observed a transit of an exoplanet.
Well, you'll be too far north to see Derby, Kansas, which is where I graduated high school.
Now, mind you, this is not a direct image. This is an indirect image. So we've seen the effect of what happens when the planet and its atmosphere passes in front of the star. The starlight filters through the atmosphere, and then you can break that down into wavelengths of light, and you get a bunch of what.
Oh wow,
they're
going to go into some really good detail on this.
But it's actually
we're basically going to get like a
content. So
101 astronomy lesson. It seems like
that indicate the presence of water vapor in the atmosphere.
I wonder if my guy's dying. I should probably.
So we have the spectrum up here. Is there anything you'd like to highlight particularly?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several features marked here. So I call them features. They're these.
1,100 miles. That is a drive.
But what you're seeing here is the telltale signature, the chemical fingerprint of water vapor in these atmospheres.
I've mined quite a bit there. I'm just kind of working on down here.
Exoplanet. And the other thing we can tell actually is that there's evidence of clouds and hazes because the water features are not quite as large as we predicted.
Fortunately, chat is also on my left monitor, so I can pretend I'm looking at chat and not just staring intently at NASA.
Is with this particular planet, this is a hot world. It's actually closer to to its star than Mercury is to our sun. And so we're not looking at liquid out here. But we're looking instead at sort of steam, water vapor.
Yes, this is an exoplanet. It's about the size of Jupiter, about half the mass.
Oh yeah,
of Jupiter.
on Discord, yeah, you did.
Star, but it does it every about 3.5 days. So it's extremely hot, extremely close in, nothing like our solar system planets. But that's okay, because what we're seeing is, again, the first exoplanet data from Webb, this is just the beginning. We're going to start pushing down to further smaller planets and being able to take measurements just like this with the NIRS instrument that was built by the
more than 13 billion years away this light is, and we're seeing the chemical makeup of these planets.
I mean, to our knowledge in the
that's
infrared,
just absolutely
as well as direct
crazy
imaging
to us.
Modes along with the transit method. So there's a lot more to come.
And I guess one thing we should mention is not only are we going to be looking at planets that are more
I meant to say something about it. It's been work has been nuts. We just did our shutdown, and recovery from shutdown has been just an absolute. It's the worst in 11 years, worst startup I've ever had.
So stay tuned.
That and then being on night shift.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
I just have not had any time to really do anything other than focus on recovering from work and posting my videos.
And with that new and more exciting science.
Yeah, it's a really good picture. Like I said, I meant to comment on it.
Celebrations like this one are only possible with years of hard work from a cast of thousands. When a new mission is being built, even the most enthusiastic space fans only get to see dramatic moments.
I'm going to have to definitely watch all this footage back to be able to see all the stuff I'm missing.
But that doesn't really give you the sense of
I mainly just wanted to stream it for the pictures and the discussion on the pictures.
Plans, schedules, and organization to keep
There's some really good documentaries already about how the JWST was built.
Started as an idea that took root at NASA.
I followed the whole launch and everything.
Planning teams,
I really wish Carl Sagan was alive today to be able to see this.
Then it began the long journey to become real with the development of new technologies, cutting-edge engineering, and finally fabrication, putting it all together. Let's take a brief look back at the visionary.
How's the game sound versus YouTube?
So today was the.
Hopefully you can't really hear the game sound.
Of the purge.
Okay, guys, I can hear Rupa, but
pretty emotional moment to be in there and actually, you know, closing it up for the very last time, right? You know, you're the last one to touch this, and so that was the final operation. And once that.
Watching them do the laser alignment of the sun shield, oh, that was freaking cool. I can't remember whose channel I watched to see that.
The James Webb Space Telescope.
Oh man, I'm getting goosebumps.
Born from the
it might be the music. It might just be my love of NASA stuff. But oh, this is just amazing.
Technology.
Not for Bedrock that I'm aware of, but that might be changing now that, you know, they've kind of put everything on the same launcher and started doing stuff like that. But so far, no. Everything for modding Minecraft is on Java, which, by the way, me and a couple friends are going to start building a giant city in a world-painted modded Minecraft.
Between engineering performance,
I mean, we're going to be basically doing it all in vanilla, but I've used some mods like Voxel and World Edit and stuff like that to help us build. We're doing everything in creative mode.
Instruments.
But we're going to build a giant city. Like, it's going to be like 1,000 by 1,000 blocks on a custom-made island that I'm currently in the process of painstakingly making.
And so you don't want to build one that's just incrementally better than what you thought. Because if that's
everything I'm doing in this game, which is called Core Keeper, by the way, is completely not necessary. I'm doing something I've never done in this game. I am uncovering every last square inch of this map.
You know, way more capable than anything we've ever built.
Just busy work, basically, behind the scenes of my videos.
In that conference room and we played real time as the images came down from the spacecraft. The very first diffraction.
Yes, that was the spotting scope right there. That image you just saw.
And what we collectively saw as a group was the highest resolution infrared image taken from space ever.
It's basically just a plug-in for the game. Modded is, oh man, you missed out on a couple modded that I have on my Java server. We played through Create Above and Beyond.
That's the scientific nerd center of the entire Webb mission.
She almost said nerd center.
The show is yours.
Well, you know, I mean, I guess that's one way to say it, but I mean, mods are just kind of, could be anything from quality of life stuff, like, you know, giving yourself a bigger inventory or making various armors that you can't make inside game or mobs that you really can't have in game with command blocks. And, I mean, mods are all sorts of stuff. Adding new blocks to the game that otherwise wouldn't exist. Oh, I should have repaired my bow.
For the past 6 months, scientists and engineers have been working 24/7 since they took control of the telescope 30 minutes after launch to prepare for today and for the amazing science to come. Through all of the major deployments, focusing, aligning the telescope, and calibrating the 4 amazing science instruments, it was all done in this building. And from here on out, we'll have daily communications with the telescope, including sending commands and downloading data with the help of the Deep Space Network.
I wish I could get on with JetLab or SpaceX or the WM Keck Observatory. I would love to be in the astronomy field instead of being stuck at Bridgestone making tires.
For what they would like to look at.
I'm in the market for a new laptop too. I'm either looking at the Lenovo i5 Pro or the Acer, no, Razer Blade 15.
Analyze their results,
they're both stupid expensive. The Razer Blade is like $2,800 and the i5 Gen 7 is like $1,600, $1,700.
Today was going to be so exciting.
If your wife doesn't take it for herself, you give her the hand-me-down.
For years. Here is Klaus Pontoppidan, project scientist for Webb and the technical lead for the first images,
it's been a year
to tell you about the process of the past few years.
My first email related to the first images was back from 2016. So back then, a committee was created, and this committee was charged with
can you hear
coming
the
up
YouTube,
with a long list
Sean Essie? Like, is it still coming in all right?
First images. And the reason for that is that the observatory can't see the entire sky at any given time. And this is because you want to avoid the mirror seeing direct sunlight to keep it cold. And it actually had to be quite a long list. We ended up with
1,000,000 miles out. That's just absolutely
from which we had
bonkers.
to select only a handful.
At Lagrange point 2.
You know, what would create the most beautiful images, what would highlight the instruments.
And every time I say Lagrange point, all I can think of is ZZ Top.
Webb, and what would highlight the 4 major science themes for Webb. And it's a celebration as well of the beginning of science observations.
And we knew that selecting the images was just the beginning. That we would need a trained eye to take these exquisite data and pull out the beauty and the science potential. So here's Joe DiPasquale and Elisa Pagan to tell you about how they processed these beautiful images.
I'm gonna pull YouTube up just a little bit louder.
And they have it up downstairs. I think they missed some of that beginning.
We're basically translating light that we can't see into light that we can see by applying
it's still
color,
going for me. If
like
it paused, refresh
your
screen.
filters that we have from Webb. And the reason we want to color the images is because there's actually more that you can get, more information that you can get from the image if you see it in color.
I mean, what a
so
cool,
it's a matter of picking and choosing
just to be able to
filters
sift
and
through the
colors
data
that
of
enhance the details and the structure in the image itself.
The shortest wavelengths of infrared light and assign those blue colors, and then move our way down to green and red.
We're watching a documentary on my channel, basically.
Additively combine those together to get our full color image.
But there is a lot of aesthetics that are involved in this. And painstakingly going through and
I
cleaning
want to
these
get
images up,
I found a company that will take any image you can and turn it into an acoustic background. So I want to get some really cool space images and put them as acoustic foam in my back, because I still don't have any acoustic foam in here. I just have the benefit of having like big speakers and stuff to help with the sound reverberation.
To show the different details and the processes that are happening in the astronomical images, but at the end of the day, you want it to be very compelling. You want it to be very beautiful, because space is beautiful.
Oh, I'm waiting for all the conspiracy theorists to go, but they're doctored images. Well, yeah, of course, because our eyes can't see some of the light that's being shown. You have to color the pictures.
Who got to see
it's like taking an old World War I photo and colorizing it, or a Civil War photo and colorizing it.
This is downscaled by a factor of 4. Exactly. So just to make it a little more handy, so it's actually high resolution.
So we have a team of about 30 people who are producing these images. And
they're music audio versus, you can definitely tell they're a government organization that doesn't quite know how to do audio very well.
When we saw the first data come down of real targets.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
People
I
were
wish I had
speechless
gone live
in their
during the black hole
emotions,
images.
because we could see how amazing this observatory would be.
Oh, that should be
the
right here.
detail, the sharpness, the depth. And when we saw the first color images, we knew that we had a winner.
Oh, come on.
Now,
it needs to hurry up, be 10:30.
We are ready
oh, we got
to
half
see
an hour.
Webb's first image.
Yeah.
Of
This is the one from last night.
Planetary nebula called the Southern Ring. Let's do it.
Oh, man, look at that. Okay, we got to go big with this.
Oof.
Wow.
Holy crap.
This near-infrared image is, wow,
Oh,
the
man.
detail.
Oh. Look at that. I don't know if it was my fans or what, but man, my whole legs are goosebump now.
Okay, well, here we are. We have a near-infrared image on our left, or on maybe your right. And here on the right, we have a near-infrared image. And so
whoa, look,
I'm here with Carl,
holy
our
crap.
astronomer specialist. Can you tell us what we're looking at in these images?
So this is a planetary nebula. It's caused by a dying star that has expelled a large fraction of its mass over in successive waves.
Okay, so we actually see those waves in these images.
Yes.
Wow.
I wish
And so
I
there's a
wish
lot
I
of
could
structure.
be
Can you tell us a little more
there
detail about what we're
diving
looking at?
into
We
this
start
data.
with this one on the left.
Yeah. So in the NIRCam image, you see this kind of bubbly, almost foamy appearance throughout the whole nebula with some very structured shells. But and this foaminess is showing up in orange mainly, and this is due to the molecular hydrogen that's newly formed in the expansion, just lighting up the gas and dust of this nebula. And then as we move inward, you see this kind of very blue haze in the inner region, and this is actually due to very hot ionized gas that emits well in the blue, that's heated by the core, the leftover very hot core of this star.
And what about these like rays that I'm seeing in this image?
Right, so there's also rays in the outer regions that you can kind of see, and these are holes in the inner nebula that are actually allowing the central star's light to come out and kind of light it up like, patchy clouds with the sun shining through.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. That's so cool.
How freaking cool.
So you're actually a mid-infrared astronomer, which is different than near-infrared. And so what can you tell us about the details in this mid-infrared image?
So it looks quite different in color, partly because we're seeing different kinds of physics going on here. So we're actually seeing in the blue, you see
Can you imagine like Isaac Newton being around nowadays, or Carl Sagan, or any of those older guys, like, and
they
seeing
show
these
very
images?
Similar structures to what we see in orange and NIRCam, because the
I heard about that.
Molecular hydrocarbon
Tesla's not having a good run with their cars lately.
And so again, as we move inward, we see that the inner region is again hot ionized gas, but now it glows red.
I wonder how far the star
that's
just to the left is.
Strongest for Miri wavelengths.
Okay.
And then as we go into the center, we see kind of the surprise for us, which is we knew this was a binary star, but we effectively didn't really see much of the actual
Wasn't it
star
because
that
there was
produced the
something
nebula.
orange on the
but
truck?
Now in Miri,
that,
this star glows red because it has dust around
Tesla
it.
couldn't.
So in Miri, we got to
see,
see both stars.
couldn't
very
recognize what it
clearly.
exactly was seeing in its image.
First image, really, but there's two stars there.
Wow.
So that's a
I wonder if those two stars are rotating around each other, or if one is just way in the back.
Egg you want to tell us about?
Oh, it is a binary star
so
system.
This was,
Okay.
The Easter egg is this kind of narrow filament up in the top that's radially aligned. You can kind of see it very clearly in the Miri image. It shows up as this blue structure, and it points very much to the central sources. So I thought, oh, this must just be a density enhancement in the outer nebula. I thought that very, very strongly, but other people on the team were like, no, it's a background edge on Galaxy. Well, I made a bet that said, no, it's part of the nebula. By the way, I lost the bet because then we looked more carefully at both the NIRCam and Miri images, and it's very clearly an edge on Galaxy with a dust lane and a bulge.
This right here, right? Yeah.
So I lost the bet.
Well, you lost the bet, but you got these gorgeous images.
That's terrible.
So I think it's a win for everybody. Anything else you'd like to say today?
I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Oh, neither can I. All
How
right.
freaking cool.
Thanks so much. Back to you, Michelle.
All right. Back in the game, make sure I'm not dying. Okay, I'm not dead. Oh, I gotta put YouTube back up. There we go.
Thank you, Alex and Carl. And I have to say that image is absolutely spectacular.
It's
so
stunning.
as you know,
Absolutely
people from
stunning.
all over the world are watching us today and joining in our excitement as we release Webb's first science images. We've been checking in with our colleagues in Europe and Canada.
Wow.
The
So
program,
so they
but we
released that
also wanna
image
take a
before
moment to include the
10:30.
people
That's crazy.
at the so many viewing parties.
Oh,
scattered around the
you
world
know,
like stars in the
if
night
he's
sky.
not doing anything
So
in the
let's check in with
recording
some of them now.
studio,
First,
you
we
know
go
he
all the
is.
way to Perth, Australia. Do we have a signal from Perth?
I wonder if he's working on any movie stuff lately.
I guess nothing from Perth right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we have some of our other feeds. We're gonna check in with them
Astrophysicist,
right
one
now.
of the greatest guitarists ever.
Do we have Winnipeg, Canada? Oh, there it is. There's Australia. There's Perth. Hey, waving to Perth, Australia. Thank you so much for joining us today. And next we're going to Winnipeg, Canada. Hello, Winnipeg.
Look at all these groups of people. This is exactly like what happened with the God particle and
Dayton, Ohio.
and also the black hole imaging. It was just groups of people around. It's amazing.
Hello, everybody, Dayton. Nice to have you here with us. There we go. Yes.
Oh, they had an IMAX
Hey.
theater? Look at them all waving.
They're jumping up and down. Hi.
Okay, where are we at
all the way
over here?
Bangalore, India.
How's my
Bangalore.
inventory doing? Okay.
Hello to Bangalore, India.
You know, I should probably go get more prepared up here. Okay, because we're gonna next episode we're gonna fight this boss. We need tin. That's my big thing, and I'm only getting iron down here.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the images we're releasing. Okay, of course, NASA's family
Where the hell
extends
is my
all
damn
over
cart?
the country. The team at JPL in Pasadena, California. They're
Oh,
on site
hello,
to celebrate
guy.
with us.
What are you doing down here?
Hello, JPL.
No, you don't. You're not firing nothing at me.
Hey, hello. And I think the last place we're going to right now is Northrop Grumman, one of our major
26
contractors.
minutes
Hello,
till they
Northrop
start the
Grumman.
full-on discussion.
Oh, hey, all right.
How are my skills doing?
Nice to see you, Northrop Grumman.
Gardening and cooking needs to go up.
All right, now there's also a big watch party right here on the NASA Goddard campus.
Man.
Many of these people have worked on the mission itself.
I wonder if
They also
Nashville was
top
doing
NASA
something.
leadership
Damn, I
and
hadn't even looked
representatives
into
from our
that. I forgot
government.
that I was going to be off during this.
Hello. Hello, watch party at Goddard.
If I'd been on day
Yay.
shift again, I wouldn't be off for this. I'd be at work right now. We should probably have some
wonderful.
stuff.
So
Bam.
at NASA, we are so fortunate
gold.
to have
Do I have
all of these
gold? Yeah,
friends and colleagues around the globe. A major partner in the Webb mission is the European Space Agency.
what? Why am I
ESA
accessing-
contributions have been essential to so many aspects of this project, including Webb's spectacular launch on the Ariane 5
here we
rocket
go.
last December.
Oh, I got the
I'm
hiccups.
very pleased to turn over the show for a few minutes to Katie Haswell. She's joining me from the European Space Operations Center in Darmstadt, Germany.
Oh, I need to go
Hello,
get some
Katie.
beach
Good
sand.
afternoon.
That's right. What are we doing now?
Thanks,
we're going to
Michelle.
Germany.
Thank you, Michelle.
I have
and
no room
welcome
for this
to
stuff. I need to make a
Germany.
bigger storage
We're
unit.
at the European
Hey, just a note,
Space
guys, I'm still getting all kinds of
Operations
IFB from lots of people.
Center. It's where the teams effectively fly the satellites. They're a little bit.
Oh, I was like, wait a
cross
minute.
between
What?
air traffic controllers
we're
and
doing
pilots.
dub.
We have
This is
lots of
the
different
dub version.
control rooms here. This is the main control room, and as you can see
where am I
today, it's
sticking
not
this
in use,
leftover?
so we've
God, I
been
need more
lucky enough
storage.
to move in here for today.
I guess we'll go there with that.
I have two very special experts with
this
me.
needs to go up.
both
You know, I'm just going to
scientists
take
from
all
the
of this
European Space
with
Agency.
us. Fiber can
Giovanna
go in
Giardino is a near-spec scientist. Giovanna has been working on that for many years and lots to tell us about that. And
how are
Mark
my weapons and
McCaughrean
everything? We're
is
good.
a
Okay, so
special
we're just gonna
advisor for space
scrap
for
that out.
science and exploration. These two guys have been working on the Webb Space Telescope for a long
boink.
time, so we're
Okay, so we're
very
taking all
grateful to
this
have you
with
with
us,
us. Thanks, folks.
but I need to do croppages
we are
first.
excited to reveal our image with you, but before we do that, we thought
wanna
we'd
be
give you a
breaking
little
my
bit of
walkway.
background, because we've come here today because these guys were the first ones to
What a cool
pick up the
joint
signal,
operation, too. So the
during
Euro
the,
Space Agency is
Webb launch,
also
when
working
Webb
along
first
with
launched.
NASA to
They run
look
a
at all these
system
images,
called
which is
STRAP,
amazing. I
which
love
is
the fact
NASA's
that
deep space
you know, space is
tracking
one of the
system,
few things
and
where
they
everybody
were
in the world
listening
seems
out
to, you know, semi
when
get along,
Webb
except for,
called home.
unfortunately,
And, the
China
controllers here
right
have been
now.
looking after a whole
And Russia,
very
of course.
impressive list
We
of
were doing pretty
missions
good work with
since,
Russia and China, but
1968.
no longer, because, you know, the world can't seem to get the hell
ESA
along.
has played a very,
Oh,
very
Direwolf 20 has
important
some
role
amazing
during
mod
the
stuff, because
Webb,
he actually creates
for
his
the
own
Webb
mod
Space
packs.
Telescope. They provided the launch on board the awesome Ariane 5 launch
France,
vehicle
right,
from
is
the
where
Guiana
we
Space Center.
launched
The
it?
atmosphere in the Mission Control Center was electric, I can tell you. I was there. They've also provided people. We have 15 ESA scientists working at Space Telescope in Baltimore, and also they have provided the infrared spectrograph, the near-infrared spectrograph.
Oh, okay. So
and
so the
half
data
of
from
the MIRI
that came from
instrument,
ESA.
which is the
Okay.
mid-infrared instrument. Let's take a look at those now.
Webb's 4 scientific instruments include NIRSPEC, the near-infrared spectrograph, led by ESA. NIRSPEC splits near-infrared light from astronomical objects into its components. Like a barcode, this will help scientists understand the physics of the objects they're observing,
love the fact
from
that
their
they're going
temperature
through all
to
this
atomic
information.
makeup. NIRSPEC can observe parts of an object or the sky using
I've
an image
read little bits
slicer
here and there,
an
but by
array
no
of
means am I an
microscopic
astrophysicist
shutters.
or an engineer
Webb's
of anything
integrated
astronomy.
science
You know, I'm
instrument
an
module,
electrical
located
engineer
behind
by
the main
trade.
mirror, also contains MIRI, a mid-infrared camera and spectrograph. Seen
Yeah,
here
right now,
during
as far as my
testing,
understanding, there's no
MIRI's been
bedrock
developed
modded
by a
and won't be
partnership
anytime
between Europe
soon.
and the US. MIRI detects mid-infrared light. from
Microsoft is
planets,
very terrible
stars,
about
and
allowing
galaxies.
mods on
It
games.
can analyze molecules to help us deduce what astronomical objects are made of, and peer into clouds of gas and dust where stars and planets are born. Together, these instruments will help Webb detect and analyze light from the very dawn of time.
If I'm not talking much, it's because I'm
revealing the
listening.
universe as never before.
39 caroxide.
So,
Nothing like planting food on rock.
So let's get ready to reveal our image. And remember that one of Webb's jobs is to find out about galaxies, more about the galaxies, but also to help us to understand how they change. And this image is going to be very, very useful for that. Let's reveal it now.
Oh, let's go.
There it is. It's called
man.
Stefan's Quintet, and it's wondrous.
Holy
Giovanna,
crap.
what are we looking at?
Yes, like it's a quintet.
Look at this binary.
So
Is
we
that
are
a-
looking
is
at
that
5
triple
galaxies.
stars, or is that binary down
Galaxies
here?
are this giant structure that, as we've seen, we see everywhere around us in the universe. They contain from million to
Yeah, it's just
100
binary,
billions
okay.
of stars. And in fact, we live in
Oh,
one
you
of
heading out,
them,
Sean
the
Essie?
Milky Way. And here we see 5 of them.
Be safe on the roads.
This is a closer galaxy in the foreground. And these 4 are at a distance of about 300
Blow the image back up, thank you.
million light years from us.
So 1, 2,
And they're
3, 4,
locked
so
in
yeah,
a
so 5
close
stars sitting there.
interaction. A sort of cosmic dance driven by the gravitational force.
So epic. I gotta stop moving my mouse to
You
point
can
at
see
stuff.
here these
I
two
keep bringing
in
damn
the process
YouTube
of
stuff on.
merging within each other. This is a very
I wonder how
important
close those
image,
actually are. I mean,
and
we're
an
looking, you know,
area to
obviously
study
a
because it really
long,
shows
long,
the
long, long
type
way
of
away.
interaction that drives the evolution of galaxy. That's the mechanism of galaxies' growth.
I love this image of the cosmic dance moving through each other. Mark, there's a lot going on, though, in this
And how
image,
lucky
isn't
we
there?
are that
There
they're
is. So this is a
facing
near-infrared image and a
flat
mid-infrared
against us and not
infrared image combined. And when we zoom in on
parallel
the
with us, or
left-hand
not parallel,
side
but,
here,
you
we
know,
see
level,
this foreground
on the
galaxy. We see
vertical
lots of
plane.
individual stars in there, actually resolved as point sources, which is
look at all-
remarkable.
I mean,
And
every
then as
single
we
one of those
pan
bits of
across,
light
we
is a
actually
star.
see the galaxies
Good
in
Lord.
the merging galaxies. We now see gas and dust, which is being
Yeah, I mean,
heated
look at
up
that
in the
trail
collision
coming off
between
right
those
there. That
galaxies.
tail.
And that's a place where new stars are being born today. So we're actually seeing the process of creation of new stars in this region.
Holy
and then when we look in
crap.
the background here, we see not only the galaxies at 300 million light years, but also stars in
okay.
our own galaxy. These snowflake structures that you see here, those are nearby stars. But in the corner and around the edges, we see galaxies which are much, much more distant, much further away. So similar in some sense to the ones
so
that we
this
saw
one's
earlier
actually in
on
our galaxy,
in that
okay.
deep field. And so this image actually takes us from the nearby galaxy, our own Milky Way, through these galaxies which are evolving today all the way to the distant universe. And in a way, it captures cosmic evolution of galaxies over those 13.8 billion years.
So we have another image, don't we, that we can
exactly.
look at?
So if we strip away the near-infrared view there of the stars predominantly, now in the mid-infrared with MIRI alone, we see mostly gas and dust. So we see the same galaxies again, the two merging. And then we also see something very interesting up at the top here, because this top galaxy has something new and bright in the middle of it. And Giovanna, tell us what that is.
Yeah, that's an active black hole. We cannot see the black hole itself.
Yeah, you're just seeing the light come off the
material swirling around, being swallowed by these sort of cosmic monsters.
I would love for our
this
telescope
gas
to turn right around and look at our black hole.
It falls onto the black hole, and it becomes very bright. In fact, this is how shiny is the galaxy. Here we see luminosity that are 40 billion times the luminosity of our suns. It's really, really bright. And with NIRSpec, we can zoom into this area, and we have this technology that allows us to
hopefully
take
all of this imaging, all the stuff they're putting on the screen here will be available for us to download, so we can dive into it deeper.
See this distribution of the gas, what's going on in the gas in different regions of this core area, and understand the composition of the gas, the velocity.
Holy crap, we're looking down to the micron level. Holy crap.
Very important to understand the physics.
So it's giving us so much information, and it just shows the power of this telescope. Mark, this is just the beginning though, isn't it?
I think that's a very important takeaway from today. You know, these are like pictures just taken over a period of 5 days, and every 5 days we're getting more data, which will contribute more in that direction. It's a culmination of decades of work, but it's just the beginning.
I mean, it's incredible how long it takes.
You know what we've seen
for
today
light
with
to come
these
into
images
the Hubble Space
is
Telescope
essentially
to
that we're ready now.
even
this
remotely close to images like this.
Well.
And in
and,
half a day,
to borrow a phrase from a famous
JWST
musician,
captured the same
ready to
images. I mean, we're going to be able to gather so much data. It's going to be insane.
Thank you very much indeed, both of you. Back to you,
Actually,
Michelle.
Hubble is sitting right back there. You can't really see it. All right, back to the game.
Thanks, Katie. It is so great to have you and your colleagues with us on this historic day.
How
So before
epic.
we get to the fifth and final
It's going to be so hard to make any progress in the
game
game today.
enough that an achievement like the James Webb Space Telescope is something bigger
I'm just going to be so stuck on watching this.
Any country. This truly takes a planet. Webb belongs to all of us, and starting today, the discoveries start, and they're not going to stop.
Heck
this
yeah.
is just the beginning. We've said several times throughout the broadcast that the Webb mission is about people, and during the construction of the Great Telescope, people started to see themselves in it, literally. Day after day, people visited the observation window at NASA Goddard, and looking through the glass, they snapped selfies of themselves
who I watched,
in a gigantic golden mirror.
Their father was part of the team that built the actual sun shield. Why do I? There's my grubs.
And now, years later, that mission is finally collecting light from the earliest days of the universe, all the way to worlds in our own solar system. It's the same mirror that reflected the many faces who see themselves as part of the journey to understand
And what's crazy is our alignment's a little bit off too.
And appreciate
because we also got hit by one tiny little piece of a meteor, and yet we're still capturing just absolutely phenomenal images.
It's time now for the last image to be revealed. Here we go.
Oh, we got to go back. I'm not going to get anything accomplished in game, let's be honest. So, okay, I guess I started late because this is only the third, fourth, I guess,
is Webb's deputy project scientist. He's here with me today to share the final big reveal of the day. So, Amber,
I missed one of the images.
How are you feeling?
Oh, so great, so exciting. What a great day this is.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're going to do is before we get to the final image, the James Webb Space Telescope has taken us all over the universe today.
I wonder how many of these scientists have like no idea how to act around a camera.
So Jane Rigby got us rolling today with an extraordinary new deep field image, showing us one of the farthest views of the universe ever.
Yeah, this image really does demonstrate that JWST can do exactly what we've designed it to do.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And the Canadian Space Agency then took us to the massive planet WASP 96b, where the team has detected evidence of atmospheric water.
And here again, we're seeing the incredible efficiency of this observatory. We're able to do these kind of measurements.
So that was the image that was released last night.
We were able to before.
And then we zipped up the road from NASA Goddard to the Space Telescope Science Institute, where Alex and Carl showed us the exquisite Southern Ring Nebula, a mixing bowl of stellar matter around a pair of dying stars.
Yeah, and I'm just blown away by the level of detail we can see, like in the outer part of this nebula. It's incredible.
Wow. Okay. After that, it was off to Germany, where the European Space Agency wowed us with pictures of galaxies interacting and mixing together.
Yeah. Right, and this image, again, it's incredible because it's showing us one of these fundamental processes of the universe, how galaxies merge together, and we're
Which is
able
part
to learn
of
about
what we're trying to do with this scope, see how planets actually
form. So the
form.
web team has a lot to cheer about right now. So across the campus, there's this big watch party, and we can feel the excitement all the way from over here. So let's join that celebration now. We're back with Senior Project Scientist John Mather, along with the head of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, Thomas.
I'm probably going to die in game from hunger. Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh, it's very bright there.
So, John, we looked around the world and we're the only
John is pretty
ones
much
with
one of the
cheerleaders.
main developers of
True, like over there. That's
the JWST,
look,
one of the big designers.
You've been with this mission for decades. How do you feel today?
I am so thrilled and so relieved. This was so hard.
Technically, I think he's a consultant now. I don't think he's actually still.
It's just impossible to convey how hard it really was. That we risked so much to say we're going to go do this, and it's so near impossible. But
or at least he stepped back to let his team
thousands
do everything.
Thousands of ways this can go wrong.
Yes.
Many of them, we worried about and frankly feared even after launch. I have to tell you, I was really, really nervous, and
every single day watching every minuscule, tiny little movement on all the mechanisms to align the mirrors. It was just
and they were perfect.
They absolutely
everything
were,
went off,
and I really wasn't worried, but maybe I should have been.
Yeah, that's difference between the two of us. I always worry. I always tell everybody I'm paid to worry, frankly, and that's good. What we want to do, though, is just really thank the team again. Of course, we heard Bill and Scott and Greg talking about the team that is there. I think what's also important is to recognize that Bernie is sitting there. Who was the first manager. I was sitting there. Could you stand up?
Thought they were going to show the image. But while we're not showing the image, I can get back into the game.
And I want to mention that Phil Sabelhaus, who is a manager also during that time, is no longer with us, but his heart is with us today.
Yeah, I mainly just want to see the images and the discussions about the images. I've already looked into the history of all these employees.
Each one of these milestones, I called a lot of people. I called Bernie, for example, and I called people who are at my job and people who are administrators, because there's many of them. And I just wonder how you feel about the team. Just give you the word here.
I am just so thrilled that we had a privilege to assemble such a brilliant team. We drew from the best of the best.
I mean, holy crap. I mean, to pull off what they pulled off, what an incredible team of people
who built that team. Not only to Bernie, who started us and helped us build up all the technology, to Phil, who made sure we would have a plan,
to get some
and then when we didn't have quite enough money, to Bill, who pulled it all together and made it go all the way to the end. I am so thrilled that we had so much talent to draw on. And here we are. We have the support of the country and the world to take on this immense challenge.
And I think the Karoks
You know what I'm most excited about? There's tens of thousands of scientists, and frankly, some of them just got born or not even born, who are benefiting from this amazing telescope because it will be with us for decades.
It will be. We have. It took us about 25 years to get here since 1995, and we have at least 25 to go. I hope.
So look, we are in a sense of these images.
You know what? I really shouldn't take this over here with me just in case I happen to die.
We're thinking of the team and we're thanking them. John, thanks to you, thanks to all of you, and back to Michelle.
Thank you so much, Thomas. And this entire collection continues to just absolutely astound me. Okay, Amber, so here it is. Can you walk us through the final image reveal?
All right. Absolutely. Here we go.
The last image is, wow.
Oh.
So, Amber, can you tell us a bit about what we're seeing here?
God, what a beautiful picture.
This stunning vista of the cosmic cliffs of the Carina Nebula reveals new details about this vast stellar nursery. Today, for the first time, we're seeing brand new stars that were previously completely hidden from our view.
Oh, that's the cool thing about the infrared stuff, being able to see through the dust clouds.
Honestly, it took me a while to even figure out what to call out in this image. There's just so much going on here. It's so beautiful. One thing that really stands out to me is you sort of get this sense of depth and texture from this new data. There's a lot going on. To call out a few specifics, first of all, in general, the Carina Nebula is a nearby star-forming region within our own Milky Way galaxy, about 7,600 light years away. And in this view, we see some great examples, first of all, of hundreds of new stars that we've never seen before. We see examples of bubbles and cavities and jets that are being blown out by these newborn stars. We even see some galaxies sort of lurking in the background up here. We see examples of structures that, honestly, we don't even know what they are. Like, what's going on here? The data is just so rich.
And there's something really special about the infrared.
This is basically day two of them looking at these images. So just imagine once they start to be able to dive into it and start really analyzing all this data, the information that's going to come out of this is just going to be phenomenal.
And in general, what's happening in sort of this overall landscape is we have these gigantic, hot, young stars up here to the top of this rim, and the radiation and stellar winds from those stars is sort of pushing down and running into all of this. This is gas and dust, and of course we know that gas and dust is great raw material for newborn stars and baby planets. But there's a flip side to this story, and also a little bit of a mystery, because these same processes can serve to sort of erode away this material and stop star formation. Yeah. So we have this sort of delicate balance going on of new stars being formed, but at the same time, the star formation is being halted. And for me, when I see an image like this, I can't help but think about scale. You know, every dot of light we see here is an individual star, not unlike our sun, and many of these likely also have planets. And it just reminds me that, you know, our sun and our planets, and ultimately us, were formed out of the same kind of stuff that we see here. We humans really are connected to the universe. We're made of the same stuff in this beautiful landscape.
And actually, the Carina Nebula is one of my favorite images from Hubble. So Hubble looked at this as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The Hubble image of this is also spectacular. We saw it in a different kind of light when Hubble took an image of this particular nebula. And then you can see amazing things with Hubble, but when we zoom in to this new image, we're able to see so much more detail. And of course, all of us, you know, I grew up on Hubble, and all of us love Hubble. And I'm so excited to see what these two amazing observatories are able to do really in tandem with each other.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations. It's been a pleasure to be working on this with you. I'm just amazed by what's been going on.
I am too.
Thank
you.
So as we're wrapping up, one of the things that I really have to say is the journey that we've been going on is so very dramatic for me. So we've gone all the way from the birth of stars, and we have all the way from the distant galaxies to the birth of stars. This is where we all began. This was the whole point of the James Webb Space Telescope, to figure out our origins from the very, very early days of the universe to star and planet formation very nearby. So right now I'm very honored to have our last special guest. This is the administrator of NASA, Bill Nelson. An honor to be with you, sir.
Hello, Mr. Bill Nelson. What in the fuck?
What a banner day.
How are you guys outside?
It's clear that Webb represents the best of NASA. It maintains our ability to propel us forward.
Well, how are you guys all outside?
For
what
science,
the heck?
For risk-taking, for
There's
inspiration.
What in the world? How are you guys
and we don't
out
want
here?
to ever stop exploring the heavens.
Oh, you guys broke my door. That's what happened.
Another step forward for humanity.
Oh, okay. The door's broken.
In the words of the famous Carl Sagan, somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known.
Why?
I think those words are becoming
Why did my door
reality.
break?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Michelle.
An honor to have you here. Thank you very much. Wow.
Well, that was crazy.
So, this is a celebration for all humanity. If you've ever looked up at the night sky and wonder, whoever you are, wherever you are, this is your
look at this. We're getting good larva meats.
And we also salute the thousands of people who have dedicated part of their lives to making Webb a reality.
Oh, God, that was
I also want to
loud
give
music.
a big shout out for the superb media team who's helped bring Webb's story to the world. This broadcast is a joint effort of the superstar producers, animators, and social media specialists.
Look at all the mushrooms.
At the Canadian Space Agency, ESA, NASA, and especially the Goddard Space Flight Center. Webb captures light in distant colors that the eye can't
Get the
see,
mushrooms.
and you've
God, they're so,
actually
like,
made this
hard to,
visible
like, hit.
to the world. So finally, if you go to nasa.gov/web-first-images, you can download all of the images and data we just shown in full
Okay, good.
resolution.
So we
And
will
check
be
back
able to
often.
download all the images.
From now on, we share
Excellent.
new discoveries and exciting
God, I
new
gotta scratch your
destinations
throat.
around the universe. July 12th, 2022 marks a huge
I need to
day
go
for
take care of this
science.
guy that was I
It's
saw down
only
here.
just
Or
the
is he already
beginning.
gone?
For everyone at CSA, ESA, and NASA, I'm so very pleased you could join us. I'm Michelle Thaler. Go Webb.
Okay, all right. While they're getting ready to start the next section, I will be right back. All right, and I'm back. Okay, so let's see. What are they going to be doing? Are they going to be... I think they should be here in just a few minutes starting the next section. So we're going to leave this up in the corner, and we'll see what they do while we... Okay, they're having some audio level issues there. Hopefully that's not too loud. Had to go get me some new drinks. That's probably really loud, isn't it? Turn that down just a scooch. Yoink! There we go. All right. Somebody will have to let me know if that's way too loud. It always way louder in my ears than it is in the recording. All right, but while we're waiting for them to get on to the next section, we are going to head out to the beach area, the sea area of our map here, and collect some sand so we can grow some of the papaya stuff and some of the other things we need. Is this iron? This is more iron. I don't need iron. I need, wait, hold on. Going the wrong way. We don't need iron. We need tin, but we'll get that later. Oh, I'm glad I had a way down here. I really need to make a better way to get over here. I'm not worried about them spawning in here. So super hyped for all these images. Really excited to hear what they have to say about the makeup of them. I really need to light this area up. Light, light, light. Okay, where are we coming out at? Okay. So now I need to see, is this stuff considered beach sand? That's the question. Beach sand ground, that's perfect. That's exactly what we needed. So we need a whole bunch of this. Walking myself into a corner here. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Except for myself, apparently. We've got plenty of the wood. Speaking of which, I need to go get the planks out of the saw. So now, okay, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to do it on the NASA Live TV channel. They said 10:30. Well, actually, hold on. Was it 10:30? Let me just bring it up on my phone. Why not? 0825. Bloom, bloom, bloom. No, that's NPR News. I don't want NPR News. I want NASA. We're going to look and see when the next portion is. Where's the schedule? Boom. Wait, did I just go to the images? No, okay, here we go. 10:30 a.m. live coverage, and that's Eastern, so it would have been 9:30. Oh, it started at 9:30. I'm an idiot. So 12:30, which is 11:30 my time. So yeah, so it should be coming up. So 11:30 p.m. is when the actual conference is gonna be. So that's in an hour. So we should be able to get an hour's worth of gameplay. So we're gonna lower YouTube's volume. Actually, you know what? Let's put you back at 75. Can I please have my cursor on my mouse? Thank you. Whoa, not 756. Good lord, that would be super loud in your guys' ears. Okay, we'll do that. And then we're gonna go over here to some YouTube action. We're gonna lower the volume on this. And then we're gonna go back into game. Good grief. And then we're gonna increase our volumes in here. Yoink, yoink. There we go. All right. So while we're waiting for the next portion to start over at NASA, we're gonna actually get some stuff accomplished in game here. So I need all of this for the papayas, or pupayas, right? That's what they call them, pupayas. Yeah, pupaya. And then there's also another fruit that we need this ground for. So I guess we'll collect like, I don't know, 90-ish of this, maybe 100. I think that should suffice. We also need to get across the river. I haven't actually gone over there to do anything. And you know what I also want to do? I want to bring this water in. I'd rather have water in these gaps than have void. It'd be nice to fill in all this area. And I wonder if this kind of fauna that's going, or flora that's going on in here will actually spawn in here as well. Oh god, that cool blue light too. That's awesome. Okay, put a little walkway there. How many do we have? 43. Yeah, we need more. A whole lot more. Pretty cool how they're showing you how they built the JWST, you know, while we're waiting for the next scheduled feature. Really excited to see what everyone else thinks of these images, and especially what, you know, all the scientists have to say about them. Wonder how, you know, the general public is going to take all of this as well. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Oh, I see you across the way. Oh, you can't get me, sucker. And what's France, right? I think that's where we launched the rocket that sent everything up. Should we go across right here? Why not? 75, sure. We've got enough stuff on us. Let's go ahead and head on across. I haven't lit up anything down here either. I really don't need to explore this area much anymore. I mean, we've got quite a bit of items and loot from all of this. But let's go ahead and light some of this space up. It's kind of dark down here. Might as well grab anything I can. Why not? Especially that right there, the octarine ore. We've got quite a bit on us, but I don't know how much everything is going to cost to set up. And we're going to set everything up in the next YouTube video. I'm not going to do anything in this video that's going to be kind of, you know, moving on progress-wise. Just gathering materials. That's the name of the game today. So where did I come out down here? Oh, God, that's from way down there. Wow, I just basically didn't capture, gather anything on my way up here. Boink. Okay, that's far enough. Let's just go ahead and head on over. Where did we see? Right here looks perfect to me. Maybe we'll actually find some new cool loot. Oh, I see you, Mr. Big Crab. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's not good. Come on, get rid of him. Get rid of him before he gets us with the bubbles. Go away, bubbles. Oh, octarine ore. While we wait for the bubbles to disappear. We can get this with a shovel. There's I've noticed over here in this beach area, there's a lot of shovelable ground. Haha, you can't get me, you stupid thing. Oh, Mr. Crab. Oh, God, there's two of them. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, where's this other guy at? Oh, the bubbles. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Whew. Whew. A lot of crates over here, though. I keep getting distracted by the damn... damn YouTube. We need to eat. Oh, man. Look at all these crates. Oh, yeah. We're going to get so much loot. We're in need of a whole bunch of coins, too. Big time. So we need to get all the valuables that we can possibly sell. I mean, we could sell a whole bunch of our other items. We've got a lot of stuff on us that we really don't need to keep anymore in our chests. We could probably sell most of it. Just trying to light the area up. It's really dark over here. Yoink! Gimme. Yoink! Gimme. Nope, nope. Yoink! So what do we got in here? Oh, yeah, look. Whoa, what is... Ooh, I wonder how much those are worth. So all of these are valuables. So all sellable, which is going to be nice. We might as well grab all these fruits. This food is like some of the best food in game. We definitely need all this octarine ore. We came over here solely for beach sand, and now look at us. We're gathering up a whole bunch of resources we really don't need right now. Get out of my way! We definitely got a lot of decorative plants that we're going to be able to place down too. I've been collecting like all of these right here, the land kelp. Anything to make stuff look a little bit nicer. Whoa, simmer down there, Tonto. Whoa, no you don't, sir. Can I get you? Oh, God, he hit me. Oh, ouch. Oh, God, there's another one. Oh, we're about to die. Oh, no. Oh, no. Eat. Eat. Eat and heal. Can I get this guy from over here? Oh, he's not dead. There he is. Now he's dead. Oh, God. Okay. So it looks like this whole area is pretty much just like the same no matter where you're at. Oh, come on, dude. How am I supposed to get you if you're gonna put your bubbles right here? Can I? Oh, we can get him. Oh, there we go. Okay, and we'll cut through the wall here. Ooh, that bubble's probably gonna get us. Oh, there we go. Okay. So where are we at? I really haven't explored much around here. I guess we'll just kind of just keep going around the outside edge, and if we see any caves or anything that kind of let us go inwards more, we'll cut in. Or if we see octarine. But I haven't found anything super unique about this area that we didn't see in like the starter beach area, which is kind of a bummer. I know there's going to be a boss in this area somewhere, but we'll eventually get the little thing that'll show us where exactly he's at. Smash, 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 smash. Okay. I mean, because they're still live, I'm going to assume that there's more coverage going to be happening. I mean, we haven't had any press talking or anything. So I'm going to assume there's still going to be... Oh, no you don't, sucker. Oh, this guy down here. Come on. Okay, we're good. Oh, I need to eat some more. Come on. Bam. Oh, crap. Oh, thank God. Boink. Yes, and any of these fruits are going to be awesome. Would you stop? Attack this. Thank you. Oh, yeah, look at all these crates. Gimme, 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 gimme free loot. I like all the loot. I am a loot goblin. Oh, need to eat some more. Cut on up in here and see what's going on back around here. Oh yeah, all the octarine are. Oh, crap, guy. Oh. Oh. Oh, God, there's another one up here. Can I hit you? There you are. Take it. Whoop. Oh, I'm out of torches? Holy crap. Did we collect any actual regular wood? Shit. All right. Crap. We're out of torches. We need regular wood. Oh, we can take out some of these crab guys, though. Oh, there's another. Come on. Oh, what is this? Oh, you're not dead yet. Oh, look at this. So there's actually octarine ore drill areas. Perfect. I hadn't come across any of those yet. This music they've got is putting me to sleep. Damn, I really wish there was... Oh, holy crap. Are we max capacity in our inventory? No, we're not. Why would you... Whatever. Oh. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Mr. Crab. Oh, no. Crap. Oh, we're critical. We're critical. Prompt critical nuclear style. Oh, he's still throwing shit at me. What a little... Come on, guy. I don't have torches, my dude. Wow, that guy really took a licking and kept ticking. You know, I kind of want to just, like, progress across. We really need torches, though. And, of course, we're nowhere near anywhere where we can find, we're nowhere near where we can find regular wood, either. Which is kind of a bummer. I want to find the outskirts of this, though. Even inside the foresty area. What is it called? It's this dude's name. Oh my god. Yeah, Azos. Azos is forest. I haven't found the edge yet either. All right. Let's cut across here. We really probably should go find some wood. Oh wow. I am just not healing at all. Yep, no torches. What am I doing? I just went to turn around to put torches down. Oh, there's like palm trees. Okay, we're just gonna go all the way across here. I kind of want to go down to those trees, though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at all the information they've been placing on the screen here later. Ooh, I see a chest. Oh. Okay, let's attack enemies before we get into the chest. Hello? Can I get him? Oh, he's not dead. That was the chest. Oh, what a cool chest. Seashell chest. Oh, I like that. Oh, we got healing potions. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's use one of these real fast. Oink. Nice. Perfect. I could really use some wood, though. Oh, we're not going to be able to see those trees. They're across a different way. Oh, there's all sorts of chests down here. Wow, our bow is taking a beating. Hello? Can you... Holy crap. I need torches. This is torturous that I don't have torches. Oh, there's another guy still alive. Do they hit me? Golden jellyfish. Oh, no. Don't. Ow, crap. Wow. Oh, wait. I'm not hitting him with my weapon. No wonder I was... Oh, everything's so slippery. What do we get there? Wait. Golden jellyfish. 1.9 health every second. Can we equip in the offhand? What? Like this? Oh, it's really dark now, though. Okay, we're good. We're good for the time being. Oh, there's so many dudes down here. Come on. Give me an angle. Hiya! Oh, there's so many bubbles. Oh, I actually got an angle on him. Nice. Oh, let's eat. Oh. Didn't actually think I was going to accomplish anything after watching the footage there. Oh, hello, guys. Let's be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh, God, the bubbles. I need to eat. I need to heal. Oh, God, I got the coughs. Oh, God. Oh, damn it. Why do you guys keep spawning in? Hello? Stop with the bubbles so I can get through, please. Oh, what was that? Wooden sign tulip? Driftwood patterns and carvings showing a glowing tulip. Huh? That's new stuff. New stuff and things me likes. This guy's just getting ready to attack. Watch. Whoop. Yep. Just as I thought. You dead, sucker. I really need torches. Oh, no. No, you don't, sir. Like I said, no, you don't. Okay. I have no idea where we're going to. Trying to find the way home is going to be miserable. What did I say? I said 11:30 is when they're supposed to... So it's 10:48 now. So we don't have too much longer. Not too much longer. Let me see. What was the stuff and things? Okay, let's make sure that everything's up to date. Okay. We really need torch eye. And look how far out this goes. Far out, man. Far out. Do we just continue going across? Why not, right? Oh, this looks kind of like a... Oh. Oh, what is this? What is this? That's like a city. Is there an entry somewhere? Because I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to mine these blocks. Yeah, I can't mine these blocks. So we're going to have to find the entrance to this, and we're going to definitely come down and explore in the next episode. We're not going to actually explore this right now, because I don't want to, I'm assuming this isn't is this an entrance? Oh, no, it is. Yeah, so we can't break through this. Break on through to the... I gotta stop saying that. Whoa, look at this mage dude down here. We're just gonna open this up and see. I just want to see if this is actually the entrance. Okay, it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, okay, so this isn't an entrance. Where is the entry? Not it. Oh, God, I'm just placing these things all over the damn way. Okay, no entry there. Oh, maybe, potentially could be an entrance. Most likely not. Oh, God, hello. Oh, gotta watch out. Where are you at? No! No, you don't, sir. Are you still alive? No, you're not. You're dead. Going to mine all the octarine. I really wish I had some wood on me. Ah, that rhymed. Okay, we're basically gonna stream until they do the next little clips, and then after that, I'm gonna commence working on this video. It's hard to do a live react when there's nothing to live react to. Although it is pretty cool to have like the building of the JWST in the background. Delicioso. But I figured we do some prep work on the next video while we streamed and watch some NASA stuff. I just thought that'd be a fun way to have the day go. I should be doing chores right now, but screw adulting. Okay, there's gotta be a way in here. I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be like blatantly obvious once we get up to it. I mean, because where are we? Yeah, I mean, look at this. All around here. You'd think it'd be just like absolute. Oh, here we go. This is where it's at. Well, we're gonna fight this dude. Hello? Would you stop moving? Wow, this guy is tough. Hello? Can you die? Wow, I mean, he's taking a beating. Oh, wow. Did he give us any loot? He didn't give us any loot whatsoever, did he? Well, that sucks. Okay, so here's our entrance over here. So that's good. So now we can come to do that. So we're going to have this. All right, you know what? It's time to go get ready for the boss fight. So we're going to go back over to our main... Oh, God, I got the hiccups. Main area. We've got plenty of beach sand, so we're going to plant a bunch of these pupayas. And what are these things called? Where's the food? Where's the food? Pupayas and pine grapples. What great names. Do we have... Can I just... Where... You know what? Let's just cut straight across the ocean from here. I mean, this is where our entrance is going to be right here. Right off of this. So yeah, let's just cut straight across from here. Might as well. If we even have enough bridges. I don't know if we're gonna have enough bridges for this. It's a vast ocean. You know, we really need to practice the fishing as well. So like the bubbles are where fish are gonna be, but apparently we're supposed to be able to just get any kind of... What is sitting behind this? Can we cut these trees down? Hello? Can we not get anything from this? Can I dig this? That's my hoe. That's not what I wanted. Huh. Okay, so that wasn't mineable. Oh, that kind of sucks. You can't mine the trees. That's kind of pants. I really wanted to mine the trees. Wow, there's goodies galore up here. Make sure we have enough inventory space for all this stuff. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Get him, get him, get him. Okay, Bubble, would you get out of my way? Thank you. Ow, you little turkey. Is this another one of those wall things? It is. Wooden sign. I wonder how these look. Well, we just saw how it looked. I don't need to wonder how it looks. No, you don't. Oh, come off it. Okay, so we're gonna go straight from here. Why can't we do anything with this? I really want this tree, man. We're just gonna cut straight through, though. No torches or nothing. We're just gonna cut straight through to have a nice straight path to get back here. At least hopefully, right? Yeah, because that's gonna land right about over here. Should be all right. Look at them assembling the JWST. So awesome. Give me that. You know, without torches, we're totally going to forget where this is at. Absolutely. Hopefully nothing attacks me as we're doing this. Blue slime! Oh, do we have enough space? We have enough inventory space. Okay, we need the blue slime stuff. I don't remember. Oh, we need blue slime for one of the creations of stuff and things. Oh, okay, let's see if we can't get any blue slimes. Nope, crab. I don't care about the crab. And I don't know if we need just the blue slime itself or if we needed to kill blue slimes, but we're gonna pick all of it up. Oh, that stuff's so slippery. Where's our path? Is this our path right here? Yes, it is. Oh man, our pickaxe is about to break too. Yikes. Well, not about to break. We got quite a bit of durability still left on it. Oh crap. Oh! Gotta kill this guy. Hello. Yo. So I wonder if the blue slime works as a mob farm, or oh god, you're big and beefy, or if it's just for creating slippery surfaces. Because if we can create a mob farm for this, that'd be so sweet. And I can't remember how much we need, but I know we need like a lot of it for our stuff and things. Wow, crit hits and it's like barely any damage on these guys. Okay, let's grab all of this. Oh, he's still alive. There's a guy still alive. Oh, he nailed me. Oh god, we're about to die. Oh, I'm so slippery right now. Everything is slippery. It's kind of fun, to be honest. Yoink. Okay, now we need to find our way. Where was our... Oh, there's another slippery blue spot right there. This is our path. We're gonna come straight across. 8, 7, no, 8. Oh, I'm so excited. Come on, hurry up, 11:30. I want to hear more information about all this stuff and things. Oh, you know what? Why don't we eat one of these? What? Hello. Oh, there's a guy right here. No, you don't. You don't scare me, guy. Wow, this is just a giant ass ocean. Okay, yeah, we're getting there. Holy crap, is this just gonna be ocean the entire way across? Nope, we need to eat some more. 8. I hope we have enough of these things. And we're still good on inventory space. We can actually grab some iron or something else along the way. Wow, were we gonna have enough? Holy snickerdoodles. This is taking forever. Hey, we made it. Bam, nailed it. Psh. I didn't doubt myself for 1 second. Okay, so now we can just head straight up here and head on out. And there's regular wood, which we absolutely needed. Is this where we're heading across? Yep. All right, back to base. Back to base, drop all this off, and then we're gonna... I guess we'll make our pupae down here at our main base. Whoop. I see you. Oh, single shot. Bam. Oh, God, I'm almighty powerful. Nah, we're not going to collect any iron. We need to get a bunch of scarlet, though, so we can set up for drills. So we're going to try and do drills, fight Azos, come down here to that city thing. And that's probably going to be pretty good for the episode. I mean, if we can fight Azos, that'll be absolutely epic. Oh, trying to find my way back home. I don't know why I didn't just go up to the railroad track. Oh, speaking of which, my minecart is over here. I need to start, like, collecting this, but I just hate taking up an inventory space just to get into this stupid thing. Oh, 29 minutes to go. Okay, let's take care of some food growing and getting rid of materiali. Boom, boom. Let's actually R. Do we have any other food stuff and things? Does not look like it. But we got plenty of seeds now. Woohoo! Go up there. Oh, yeah, we got these new chests as well. I really don't know what we're going to have to take with us. Building materials. So this is going to go up here. Actually, you know what? Let's put some of these dotted around, right? Let's, like, put one, like, let's stick it right here. Boom. Oh, that looks kind of cool. All right. Oh, that would actually be really cool right there. But we're just going to kind of dot them around, like, willy-nilly. Like, boom, right there. And there we go. Why not? I don't know what those do, but, yeah, they're on our map now. Okay, boom. The wood goes up here. We need this for our croppages. Valuables. Let's go sell some valuables. What up, dude? Yep, we're just gonna sell some valuables to you. Boom. Or let's sort this out. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Wow, those are worth 90. Oh, dude, 967. Oh, how many coins do we have? Oh, we're getting so close. That's 1470. And we needed, what do we need for you, guy? We need 2,000. Yikes. That's a whole lot. So we're getting there, though. It's close. We got about 500 more to go. Okay. What chest do these go in? Oh, this is stone, right? And we're running out of space for stone. Where did we have all our stone at? Okay, you can go up there. Where were we keeping our potions? Potions are up here. Ooh, enrage potions. Nice. We need to go get this smelter rating. I gotta keep it smelter rated. So let's take half of this stack. Half of this stack. There we go. Stick it up in here. Get some iron going. Oh, gold jellyfish. Do we even have enough room for this? I don't think we have any room for this. We don't. Oh, God. We're running out of space. I guess you're going to go in this chest then. Oh, actually, no. We started putting these things down in this chest. Yeah, we did. Okay. That's our scrap. Wow, we have a crap ton of scrap now. Holy schnickerdoodles. What do we need for this? We're going to need scarlet, right? I don't think we're going to be able to... what do they call this? Reinforce? Yeah, we need scarlet bars. Okay, so we're just going to repair. Okay. Okay, nothing else can get it repaired right now. Wow, 999 scrap. We are scrap-tastic. And actually, let's take half of that out. Oh, God, I've just got so much inventory. Okay, so pine grapple seeds, pupaya seeds, and coral seeds grows on beach sand. So, okay, so we need beach sand for all of these things. But where are we going to grow this at? So if this only grows on beach sand... well, let's go ahead and I guess we'll take out this right here. And we'll put the beach sand... Ah, crap, I blocked myself in like a dum-dum. And I guess we'll just kind of like put it all up around here. Why not, right? I don't know how many we need. What do we have? Oh, God, we've got a whole bunch of these. All right, we got way more than I expected. Oh, and actually all of... I'd like to make all of this stuff. So we'll just do the top layer. Get out of here. Yeah, we'll just do like this, and we'll just fill in all of this area. We need to get rid of the sand, and we'll put the grass in there. And then we can just move this stuff all the way down to the end. That'll be good. Okay, let's get some of this action. And then we're going to need some of this action. I don't want to hoe... Oh, God, we're going to, like, tear up everything, aren't we? Oh, damn it. Okay, we need to harvest all this before we lose all our seeds. All right, now let's hoe this. Oh, good. The sand doesn't hoe. All right. Boom. Put our stuff and things back. Okay, so now where are we going to put some torches? Let's put some torches, like, right here. That'll work. Oh, excuse me. All right. Oh, good. So we still do have 14 seeds of this. We'll need to get more seeds from up at our secondary base. And we only have... How many spaces do we have? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those. Let's see how this does. Start from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. That should be a good enough little starter crop stuff and things. And then this, we'll take this down to a different area. Matter of fact, we'll take it over here to where the drill is going to be. And I don't know how much space this requires. So we'll give it like a 3x and see how that works. I don't know if once it starts growing, if it needs the beach to grow across. But we'll see. And I guess... Yeah, we need to fix all this now so it's not all... Oh, crap. There we go. Okay, so we'll see if that grows just on the beach sand or if it'll like just kind of go everywhere. But we also need to water all of this stuff. Nice. So we finally got... We have a lot of crop going on here. We are gardening extraordinaires. Okay, so we'll drop all this off now. Boom, 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 sort. So we have some of this now, which this is going to be great with all of this stuff. We'll have leftovers. Where were we putting all our... Yeah, flooring is in here. Oh, this is all ground. You can go there. Oh, yes, we need to make some torchai. How's our skill for that, by the way? For crafting. That's the 68, right? I think it's the anvil is the crafting. It's got to be getting close. I wish they had a countdown on screen. That'd be nice. 11:09, so 21 minutes. Oh, yeah, we're about to be at 69 on that. I'm surprised that we're still not up there and running. We're just going to create like 998 torches. A whole bunch of torchai. We need to create some more bridges, too. That'll be fine. That'll suffice. And what else do we need for the bridges? We need... Nope, bridges. We need... Oh, just wood. Okay. Oh, we got to be getting close to our 69 right there. Ding, 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 ding. Do, 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 do. I hope all their music that they're playing on this YouTube video is copyright free, by the way. I guess we're going to find out when I upload this to YouTube. Oh, there we go. Point. Nice. Oh, whoop, right there. Okay. Skill. Boom. What are we going to put it into? Bam. Right there. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, and we got some food. Oh, and actually, so let's look at our recipes with the pupaya. So have we done bloat seeds yet with the pupaya? We have not. Okay. All right. So boom with one of those, which I'm also assuming... We have not done it with the pine grapple yet either. Okay. All right. All right. I'll smell what you're putting down. Bam. Nailed it. Okay. So what does that give us? Where is it at? 64 food, 9.1 health every second, 22.4 range damage. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so bam. And then 17 of these bad boys. Bam. And what does that do for us? 22.4 melee damage. Okay, yeah, so we'll... Oh, we ran out of bloat seeds. But we'll just do 10 of these then. Because these are actually really good as well. We'll let that cook on up. Boom, boom. That's a lot of food, right? Boom, sort. And look at all of this food that we have. Holy crap. We are now on a full chest of food. That is insane. I don't even know what's good in here anymore, but we're only rocking 22 of these. We probably... I mean, I just don't use the glow tulip stuff because I really don't need the glow, but I mean, if all we're using it for is health and food, we might as well just grab a stack of this and take it with us, just so we have some food, and use it up. Okay, so now we can grab all of the goodies that we need to take with us up to the other base, which I'm going to assume is we're going to need all of this. I don't know what of this we're going to need. We're going to need this, this. Maybe? We're going to take this with us. What else do we need? These, because I'm not sure. The shells, maybe? Fiber, for sure. Don't need... If we need any walls, you know what? I'm going to take these with us. And, no, I'm going to leave these down here because I want to decorate down here with this. Oh, you know what? We might need limestone walls for some of the builds. Oh, these... Oh, I've been picking these up just for decoration, but they actually give us loot. And I don't know if this is anything. I guess we'll find all this out once we build the stuff. I think that's really all we need to take with us. Delicioso! Smash! Smash, whoa! Okay, so we're gonna come up here and up this way. Whoop! I'm stuck in a corner. Somebody put baby in a corner again. I'm so glad we made this chamber the size we did. It was such a good fight. It was so easy to defeat that guy. I'm digging the EDM music going on here. Yo, do. Ah! You know what? I'm tired of seeing you. Oh, we need to get rid of all of our icons, by the way. Let's just cancel. Yeah, cancel. Bam. Wait, what? Yes. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's saying thank you? Good. Check 1, 2. Yeah. Oh, are we about to go? We can go across this one. I'm hearing somebody testing microphones. Test. There's a whole lot of tests going on. Ah, secondary home. And we haven't watered anything over here. Are you kidding me right now? Wait, no, everything's watered. Oh, it's just because I haven't been over in this area. Okay, got it. Okay, all right. So let's look at what we're going to need. So we need... We built. Have we made a distillery table? Yeah, I had to have made a distillery table, right? A boat workbench? What? Wait, oh, all my scarlet bars better be in here. I've only got 3 scarlet bars? Oh, God. Okay, you know what? Let's stick all of our stuff and things, all of our loot. Oh, look at all the valuables we can sell, too. Why are my bombs over here? This is going to go in here. Shells. Do we have a chest specifically for this stuff? I don't know if we do. We don't. That's stone. We don't have a chest for limestone. Did I make... you know what? Let's make another chest. Where am I going to stick this at? Let's just... I don't want to stick it where I'm going to walk. Okay, so we'll stick limestone and this stuff up in here. That'll work. Okay, so we need to go find a bunch of scarlet. That's really our main priority right now. We don't have... Okay, so there's the... Oh, we need the generators? Where's generators made at? That's on the electrical one? Electronic table. Wood, copper, iron. Iron, copper, wood. Wait, is this the electronic table? No, oh, that's the other crafting table. Where were we at? Electronics table. Bam, bam, bam. Nailed it. We'll stick you right there. So, okay, so because we're going to need generators. And how many? We want to do at least one of each material. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at least 6 generators. Which means a whole bunch of copper bars, iron bars, and what was that? God, I'm so terrible at this. Gold bars. So let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Don't need lamps. Don't think we're gonna need electrical wire. Not really about levers either. So I'm not really worried about any of these things. Let's make a table saw though, because we don't have one up here. Stick this right here. Okay, and so then we're gonna need. Wait, where are we at? Right here? Yes, okay. So we're gonna need, yeah, we need Scarlet now. Because we're gonna need 6 robot arms, that's 30 Scarlet. So 90 Scarlet. And then a bunch of conveyor belts. Which is gonna be, let's just say 100. We need 100 more Scarlet. Wow. Good grief. Building stuff and things. I guess we'll just put this as our project chest. Why not? We don't need to take that food with us. Alright, time to go off and look for Scarlet. We gotta be getting close. Come on. 12 more minutes. I'm getting hungry too. I need some lunch. Yeah, let's head up this way. Oh, actually, okay, you know what? We've made all of this. We've made... Have we made all this stuff? No, we haven't. So that's another 15. So that's 115. Plus 25 for this. So that's 140. No, we haven't made the distillery table yet. It's 150. We haven't probably made this yet either, right? That's 160 essentially. I'm not worried about all of the building material. Holy crap, man. And we still need to make these 2. So we need like 200 Scarlet. Yikes. What was I thinking? That's just bananas. We're gonna cut up to here. Suck it. Keep my peepers open for any Scarlet I see. I don't know why I'm going around the outside edge here. Yeah, because we also need Scarlet to kind of like revitalize all of our tools to reinforce them. I've got so much work to do in this area. We're just going to kind of cut along the edge here and see where this expands to. Oh, there's Scarlet right across the way. Might as well cut across now. If it'll let me. Oh, it won't let me. Balls. There we go. If I'd known I was going to come across here, we would have just came down around the bottom. Well, there's 2 pieces of the, you know, almost 200 we need. I'm not going to break all this down right now. Oh, I see you, buddy. Oh, for fuck's sake, die. All right. What's growing here? What do I have growing down here? I didn't pick something up. That's interesting. Okay, still not seeing any scarlet around. Oh, there's some scarlet down there. Oh, I see some over there as well. Oh, need to eat. Come on with the briefing. I want to see the new stuff and things, and then go eat lunch. I'm getting hungry. I should have planned this, but I didn't. I didn't plan on eating. Oh yeah, there's some scarlet. Oh, we're in the stony area. I'm hoping we expanded our area for... Oh, there's more poison slime up north, too. I hope we expanded our area for this big enough. I mean, I've kind of got a pretty good-sized square here. I have no idea what I want to eat for lunch today. All I know is I am hungry. I'm thinking Subway, maybe? Why not? I don't feel like cooking today. Lazy bones today. That's what I am. What we need to do is connect these two areas as well. The right here to here. We should also, like, see how far up north this goes. We're not really interested in collecting stuff that we don't really need. It's just mainly scarlet that we're looking for. I just now realized I have that YouTube placed like almost just perfectly on the edge where my guy is. Okay, how do we want to go about this? Let's kind of come straight north of our house. I think that'll be the best way to go about it. Oh, I got the Urples. Okay, where's our house at? We're going to create a back door from our house. And then head straight north. Hello, house? Little bit more over this way. Oh, I see you up there. Don't think I don't. Okay. Let's actually go into the house. That way we make an appropriate exit. Let's go right here. This seems good enough to me. And now we need a door. Let's make this out of stone. Do we have any more stone doors? No. What else do we need to make the stone doors? I think it's actually in the tin one, right? Oh, just that. Okay, perfect. Okay, boom. Stack up. Stack up. Stack up. Boom, boom. Stack. Valuable stuff and things. Where's valuables? Okay. We'll get the smelter rating. We gotta keep it smelter rating. Oh, we made some food up here too. Ho-ho. Nice. Okay, those are seeds. Those are croppages, and here's our foods. Scrap parts. And grass stuff is in the second to last one, right? Yes. What are we doing? Making a door. Boink! Alright, we're just gonna go straight north from here. Oh, are we? I don't know if we're doing the 6th thing, are we? So let's go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really need torches here. We're just gonna make a straight path as far north as we possibly can. Oh, gimme, gimme, gimme. Ah, put a torch down. Ah. Well, I don't know, why am I struggling to put torches down? Hello? Okay, use our shovel. Nice. Oh, that is a hoe. That is not a... Oh, let's go get the Scarlet. We're getting distracted. Distracted by shinies. Because that's the thing we need anyway, more than exploring. Far more than exploring, we need our shinies. Oh, there's some more all the way this direction. Oh, that's how I got off track earlier. We went towards shinies, that's right. Oh, holy crap. Seriously, my guy? Oh, damn, he nailed me twice. Ouch. Owie. Just really ow. Lots of ow. All the owls. Every ow. Okay, all right. A whole bunch of goodies over here. Oh, what is that over there with all the pink, purplish, misty stuff? Oh, okay, so we got some poison slimes here. Okay, all right, we're gonna collect all of this stuff. We need poison slime for... Wow, these guys are kind of tough. Oh, no. Okay, the only thing I don't like about this slime whip is it really doesn't go in a nice... it goes in a weird straight line. Oh, that's right, this stuff stacks over time. Ooh. Wow, okay, this is gonna be nutter butters. How do I get this off? Does it show the effect on me? It does not. Okay, would you go away? I'm trying to do stuff and things. Oh man, I gotta eat. Coming up. Oh, okay, good. It's about to start again. The real reason we're here to watch the JWST stuff. Whoop, getting slimed. Wow, there's so much of this everywhere. It's just everywhere. Everywhere. Whoa. Oh, it's this area. Okay, cool. So we'll have to go explore that together in the next episode. Oh my goodness gracious. Just trying to light this place up. You know, I think we're just going to leave all this slime for now. We'll let them populate up and we'll come take care of all of it later. Oh no, and so this is area for the bad guys to spawn in. Oh. Holy crap, there's so many dudes spawning everywhere. What is this? What the hell? The water is... What? Oh no, I'm getting poisoned. Okay, we're gonna have to, oh, okay, so this is where we're coming up, right? So I need to clear the path along here. Okay, so this is where we're coming. Straight up here, right? This is interesting. Whoa. What a weird, like, path. Oh! Oh, what the heck? Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm stuck. What in the hell just happened? Oh, God, he did it again. Oh, I don't like these guys. Oh, God, he did it again. Oh, I'm about to die. Oh, don't. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay, we're just going to chill here for a second. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so dying. Oh, man. Maybe we should go off at like a slight angle to get up here. Yeah, let's try this. Oh, I see you, you brainiac. Oh, how many shots do you take? Good grief. Dude, these guys are no joke. Oh my goodness. Like, if they shoot me, like that right there. Oh. I really got to keep my peepers open. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, no. What are we getting from... I don't think we've actually gotten anything from them. Dude, this is nuts. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, they can get across now. Oh god, okay, okay, we need to go heal. Before we go anywhere, we need to heal. Oh, there's a guy right there that's trying to shoot at me. Jesus. Where was he at? There he is. Oh, suck it. Oh my goodness. We have just created a dangerous area up here. Okay, so what does this area look like? God, look at all the slime everywhere. The poison slime. And then we've got this up here, which is like the fungal kind of area. All right, coming up. Come on. It should be starting like right now. It is 11:30. Okay, which means we're going to head back down to base so we're safe because I have a feeling we're going to be not paying attention to the game. What are you... Really? How about no? Do we have anything to go up in here? Yes, we do. And then... Boom. Let's add you. Stackable. Oh, we got 23. Nice. Feeds. Some food. Wood stuff and things. Slimages is going... This one? Yeah. Grass. Stone is the final one? Oh, no, that's just miscellaneous material. Okay, alright. Miscellaneous build stuff was down there. Alright, how much longer do we have? It should be coming up like anytime soon. Like, I want to get going doing stuff, but oh, I'm so ready to watch this. So 25, that at least gets us... That gets us 5 of our robot arms. Okay, alright, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Our project chest right here. Good. Okay, so yep, only need one more of those. And we're out of Scarlet again. Oh, come on, what are we doing? Let's get going on with this. I want to react. I want to react, and I also want food. Oh. This area is dangerous. So this is all wood. That's just a cool looking color too. Oh, so this light green. So what is this? This must be a plant. This is the spawnable spots for those dudes up there. And that's the poison spawn slot. I'm just trying to see where we can maybe go and it won't be so deadly for us to start looking for Scarlet while we're waiting. Oh, crap. Let's head over here, I guess. Nope, doesn't look like anything over here either. Oh, god damn it. Good grief. Ooh, got some feathers. Really need to light all this up over here. I am on the verge of death pretty much non-stop now. Okay, that's where we saw earlier. Oh, and there's some Scarlet. Oh, that's not Scarlet. That's the specialty parts. I think I just saw some Scarlet over there, though. We're just going all over the place. Okay, let's see if we see anything over here. I don't think we do. No, it doesn't look like there's anything over here. Just for ease of getting around, though, we might as well just cut ourselves all the way over. Give me Scarlet. I need all the building materials. We really need to get these drills going. And automating this stuff should have been my first priority. Really should have. Smack, 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 bam. Smack, 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 bam, bam, bam. Oh boy. Where do we want to go next? Wow, they are taking their sweet time starting with the next phase. I'm assuming this is about to be where all the news people are going to be showing up and asking questions. I'm assuming that's what the next section is going to be. Do we see any Scarlet on my screen? No, we don't. Oh, but there's some right there. Oh, there's some right there as well. Oh, there's a guy running at me. Whoa, what is this cool place? Dude, get out of here. Whoa, look at this cool place that I'm stuck on something. Oh, dude, there's another guy coming at me. For F's sake, my guy. Come here. This is cool. Oh, a little campfire. What do we got in here? Nothing good. It was the thought that counted, right? Oh, how did I not see that coming up here? Like, how did I not see that? Did that actually give me a bed? What? That gave me a... Oh, I got a tent and a mattress. That's cool. Now we can, like, you know, add some details to our area.
And welcome to
to
here we go.
briefing today for the James Webb Space Telescope.
All right, let's get back to the base and get safe.
An international mission led by NASA with our partners, the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency. My name is Elise Fisher.
Hi, Elise Fisher.
Communications, and we are here live today from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, where we have just released the full set of the first full-color images and spectroscopic data from the Webb mission.
Where's my...
So we have a panel of experts
All right,
here to answer
let's see what they have to
questions
say
today about the images and the data that you've just seen, as well as what that means for Webb's ability to explore the unknown in our universe. But first, I would like to turn it over to Eric Smith, Webb's program scientist and chief scientist of our astrophysics division at NASA headquarters.
Oh, I should probably make sure, let's go ahead.
Thanks, Elise. Well, this morning we saw the amazing data that Webb has given us. We certainly thank all the scientists and engineers who have spent decades developing this amazing machine. It is now the science community that must take this unbelievable instrument we have been given and turn it into knowledge. Another thing you probably got out of this morning's briefing was that there are discoveries in these data, and because they were more or less practice runs with the instruments, we're making discoveries.
Yeah, that's the wild thing. Like, these are the very first images. It's only going to get better from this point.
The promise of this telescope is amazing. And of course, as Elise said, we couldn't have done this at NASA without our partners in the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency.
It wouldn't be in the
I want to thank
universe floating around in space if it wasn't for ESA.
For the many years that it has taken us to put Webb together. I know you will be happy with the results that you get out of it. Equally important, this is a telescope for the world, and that's why we want to have you part of the story that we tell everyone. It's important to get this out. The world's vehicle for deepest space exploration is open for business. All aboard.
Thank you, Eric. So with that, we will begin
my cat
to take
has
questions.
undone
I'd like
part
to
of my
our panelists.
my telescope part of the
in addition to Eric
telescoping arm.
Smith, we have Nicole Colon, Webb Deputy Project Scientist for Exoplanet Science here at NASA Goddard. We have Christopher Evans, Webb Project Scientist for the European Space Agency.
This is the part I was really excited
Klaus
about.
Pontoppidan, Webb Project Scientist for the Space Telescope Science Institute. We have Renee Doyon, Principal Investigator for the Near Infrared Imager and Slitless Spectrograph, or NIRIS instrument, aboard Webb with the University of Montreal. We have Amber Strawn, Webb's Deputy Project Scientist for Communications here at NASA Goddard. And finally, Jane Brigby, Webb Operations Project Scientist, also here at NASA Goddard. So we are going to take questions today, both here in the room as well as from media who are on the phone lines calling in from around the world. So we have two members of our team who will, if you raise your hand, provide a microphone for you to ask your question. And we'd ask that when you do so, you please let us know your name and your outlet as well. And if you do know which member of the panel you'd like to direct that to, please feel free to note that as well. So let's start with some questions here in the room.
There's going to be a lot of questions.
Thank you. Seth Borenstein, the Associated Press. Two questions, if you don't mind. First, for Nicole, for the average person who sort of was hoping to see a picture of an exoplanet, instead we see the spectrum. Can you tell us why that is so interesting and important? Why is that better than a picture, and what does it tell you? And for Eric, if we go back to last night's deep field image, or someone else's better, prefers to answer this. I know, it's too early to say how far back this shows. Can you give us a range, since you're saying this is further and deeper? I mean, I keep hearing more than 13 billion, but you've had more than 13 billion before. So where are we looking? Are we looking at 500 or 600 billion after, 500, 600 million after the Big Bang, or what? And thank you.
Sure. So with the exoplanet transit spectrum that we released today, which came out of NEAREST instrument, which René Doyon is a PI of, so I just want to make sure we acknowledge him as well. That spectrum is definitely an indirect method, right, of how we study exoplanets. And the thing is, compared to direct imaging, so Webb will also do direct imaging and take some pictures of known planets, and it will also search for as yet undiscovered planets with direct imaging. But in this case, we know that at least for cycle 1 observations, the first year of science, transit observations are a heavy part of the science program. So this first image or spectrum really represents what the community has proposed so far. And a lot of the direct imaging capabilities, though, they'll be demonstrated over the next year.
So
and
yeah, I
that
mean,
will also be a big part of Webb's story.
We'll see images of the exoplanets at some point, but for right now, the value that, oh, we can see this stuff is better
I'm
for
going to
us.
toss it over to Jane, who's the real expert.
We like to look
on
at the
that.
image, but they want the
We
data.
know from taking spectra in that field that we have, there's at least one object that is 13.1 billion years, that's how long the light has taken to get to us. So we know from other data, Hubble and whatnot, that we can see a little bit past that, 13.4, 13.5. So what this tells me, though, is that Webb, again, practicing with Webb, we almost got there to what Webb was built for. So when we do a program specifically designed to look for those farthest objects, we will get there. And I'll let Jane elaborate.
That's most of it. Yeah, so the spectroscopic redshifts that we got in that field include a redshift 8.5, so that's the look-back time of 13.1 billion years. And what's remarkable is just how good the spectra are without long integrations. You just, oh my, okay, there you go. I mean, we're used to barely being able to tell the redshift, and instead we have a spectrum that has so many lines, you can say, oh, I can tell you how many oxygen atoms there are in that galaxy. And so, yes, it's not the record holder because we're just getting started. This is the proof that it works. And that when we take these kinds of data,
you can tell all these people have never been in maintenance before. You got to make sure a machine works before you can start to use it to 100% efficiency.
That's based on examining the
And
images,
nothing's ever at 100%
efficiency. What is the
efficiency.
deepest, what's the faintest blob that we're seeing? And we're confident that that's deeper than images that Hubble has taken in the same wavelengths. I mean, honestly, it's not hard to do that. A couple of hours and you beat Hubble in those wavelengths.
Nice.
Just to follow on from Jane, so we've seen one of the first spectra was shown in the broadcast, and you'll see in the products that we've actually used the near spectrograph, the multi-object capability. So we have this deep field taken with NearCam, and we can use the near multi-object spectrograph that was one of the ESA deliverables.
Like 90 degrees outside. I'm starting to freeze in my room.
More than one galaxy at a time, so we can really make the most of this precious observing time. And
yeah, see, that's the other thing. You've got all these different agencies, all these different countries that want to gather certain imaging data for their own studies, and they're all going to have to either use similar images at the same time, or they're going to get allotted times to, I'm going to point the telescope here, take an image. I need to point the telescope here, take an image. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of time before we start getting a lot of really good data from this.
In this case, it takes spectra of everything with slightly less sensitivity, but instead of a few tens of objects you can observe, there's 1,000 of objects in one shot you can observe. And so, yeah, so this galaxy clusters represent this very tight and strong synergy for all 4 science instruments working together to answer one fundamental question, the origin of the universe.
Great, thank you all. We can take another question here in the room.
Hi, this is Issam Ahmed from AFP. Maybe for Eric, 2 questions. Maybe the first one is, or for Amber, I'm not sure. Are there any interesting scientific questions thrown up from the practice images we've seen so far? Are there any kind of lines of investigation that you would want to pursue on the basis of what we've just seen? And the second question, maybe, I don't know, Klaus, just for the public's knowledge, how long does it take to sort of process these spectacular images from infrared into these kind of really colorful, beautiful photos we see? And what does that involve? Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to let Amber go ahead.
That kind of helps answer the question of why do we color things too.
With the deep image, of course, the first thing we think about are those very, very distant galaxies. Like Jane describes them, the rubies, scattered across that image. I study star-forming properties in sort of intermediate redshift galaxies and also galaxy morphologies. And for me, the first thing that stood out about that image, in addition to the little red dots, which are great, but was just the astounding detail that you can see in some of these galaxies. You can see star-forming regions in what are almost certainly, very distant galaxies, and they just pop out. There's just so much more detail. It's like, we've used this kind of corny acronym, but it's
yeah,
like
because everything used to be very blurry in Hubble
and just
compared to this.
The detailed morphology structures that we see in this image it's fantastic.
All right, so I can answer the other question. So I think on average we spend probably a couple of weeks on each image end to end, from actually getting the data on the telescope, downloading them, and then processing them through this whole process before we got what you see on the screen there. There's a lot of stuff involved, and in some way
okay.
we know that we're sort of the first science users, like the first people who had to actually take data from the telescope and create a product that you can do science with, or that is such high quality. If you look at the images, but also when you zoom in on it, and you zoom in and you look at details, that every detail you see is going to be real. And I just wanted to highlight as well for the near-spec spectra that we have seen, those amazing spectra that others have talked about. Those were only taken at the very end of June.
Wow!
So in that case, we
just
spent,
a couple
we
weeks.
only had a few days to get those spectra. So this is still a testament for how powerful this observatory is, that you can get the quality of data that you can turn around for the first time you're doing this for science, right? In just a few days.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Bill Horowitz, CBS News, and this, I'm not sure who to ask this, maybe Jane or Amber. Can you talk about when you saw the actual data and your impressions or your anticipation going in? What I'm trying to understand your reactions as both astronomers and human beings to seeing this thing turn this dream into reality for you. In other words, did it match that? Did the reality match the dream? Do you view this as an incremental step forward for astronomy, or is it, the kind of revolutionary step that Hubble was back in its day? Can y'all just give us a little perspective on? Well, anyway, you got it. You get
sure.
What I'm saying.
Okay. Let me take that. Okay. So I'm one of the 3 commissioning scientists. So I've seen a lot, maybe most of the data that's come down during the 6-month commissioning period. And I will say that for me, earlier than this, that the first focused images that we took, where they were razor sharp, that for me was the one where I had the very emotional reaction of, oh my goodness, it works. And it works better than we thought. And shortly after that, we got a standard star so we could measure how much light was going through the telescope. And that's not pretty, it's just a star, but like, oh my gosh, it really does work. And so for me, definitely, it was I think, personally, I went and had an ugly cry. Okay, because it works. What the engineers
I like her
have done
scarf.
to build
It's
this
stars.
thing,
It's a galaxy.
We have an amazing engineering team, and across the board, we beat spec. Some of those engineers are in this room right now. Mike Menzel and his team, they beat spec again and again and again. So I will say,
Defies
first, it was a
expectations.
combination of
Just say that.
in the room, looking at the data. Oh my God, this is great, and then going and having a little sob because it works. As far as what does this mean, the first thing I did when I came on this project 11 years ago was I made a plot of how deep does this telescope supposed to go versus what does everybody else do. And because nobody had made that plot, I was like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I was like, oh my gosh, we're 2 orders of magnitude more sensitive than other telescopes. And it goes to 3, right? Okay, how could you not discover stuff if you're 100 times more powerful than previous telescopes? So from the data that I've seen so far, from the work that we've seen in commissioning, which is all commissioning data, and then this first week of science, yeah, this is going to be revolutionary. These are incredible capabilities that we've never had before.
If I can pick up on this. Yeah, I'm also part of the commissioning team as PI at the FGS and nearest instrument provided by CSA. And, I'm a scientist, so I've been working on this project for 20 years, so we should expect what we saw. But no, several times in the last 6 months, I nearly break my jaw of what I saw. these incredible images and the first transiting exoplanet spectrum in front of me, coming right out of the box of the data. It was just amazing. And so, and I think our fellow scientists will feel the same thing when they look at the data. These data are just amazing.
It's like from eating a raw chicken egg to now all of a sudden making souffles. You know what I mean? Like,
several new chapters.
There's a big step in between all of that, an order of magnitude of difficulty and how much you get from a souffle versus just a fucking egg on the ground. Like, I'm hungry. That's where that example came from.
Thanks. Jeff Faust of Space News. I know that your release observations are designed to showcase the broad scope of what JWST can do. And I know one of the important areas of science for JWST is solar system science. So when can we expect the first solar system images?
Yeah! Turn around and look at the Milky Way.
Well, so there have already been solar system observations taken. And so those observations will be released, I think, on Thursday, along with the rest of the commissioning data. So that's when the public will see the first ones. And we're very keenly aware that this is an important science area for the observatory.
Right,
we
because
also
that's
very confident
it's our local neighborhood. We want to see our local neighborhood.
Wonderful, beautiful data and images for this. And so I have no doubt that we're going to see spectacular things from the solar system soon. It was just an early decision made for the early release observations that we didn't want to have to count on the moving target observations working with it, keeping things not too complicated. As it actually turns out, we probably could have done it, but here we are.
I can't get a freaking machine to work work properly, and this damn thing is a million miles away, working like a freaking champ.
Media who are live at the Canadian Space Agency headquarters in Quebec. And so we have some media questions on the line that we can go to now. So I'd like to ask our operator to please provide instructions for our phone media to ask questions and take our first question there.
If you'd like to ask a question at this time, please press *1 and clearly record your first and last name for your question to be introduced. Again, that is *1. One moment, please.
Ask the question. Ask it already. I would hate to. I'm terrible at public speaking, so to be up, like, there's a camera. I can't see all of you people. So to be on a stage.
Hi, thank you. I was wondering, when will the first-year program observations begin?
Your Wolverines subtitles.
Who's going to be first?
Class, go ahead.
So the first year of science observations have already begun. We have already taken data for scientists to one time in the first year, and those data will be released to the principal investigators of those programs in the next day or two, and some of them are public actually, so it will be released to the world as well. So there's another batch of data there, and we're just going full steam ahead. What are the first ones? There's actually various different first ones there. There are more deep field data, for example. So that's very exciting. A program called SEERS, which looks at wider regions. Remember that the deep field we have here is a very small region that goes deep, but many of the programs, they are looking at observing many more galaxies, many thousands in a wider area of the sky. So there's some of that. And you can go to our website as well and look up what observations are being taken every week. So there's a schedule published there.
Thank you, Klaus. We can take another question from the phone as well now.
Yeah, it'd be exciting to see what questions get asked and what hypotheses get tested. Hypotheses get tested.
Thank you. This is a question from Raymond Fournier from the Agence Science Presse in Canada for René Doyon. We know the rate of expansion of the universe through Hubble images. Will Webb redefine this?
Okay.
We
don't expect Webb to focus on that, and Webb will very focus on the early universe. I mean, you've seen this deep image, And
I'm sure that question might help to get answered,
who knows,
though.
Whether, I mean, that's maybe a question for James to answer.
I think the main way that Webb can contribute to understanding the age and the expansion rate of the universe is the nearby part. Is figuring out the distance ladder, the distances to Cepheid stars and red giant stars in nearby galaxies. That's what sets that ladder that walks out into cosmological
Yeah, so it's going to help, but that's not what they're looking for.
Dust gets in the way of it's one of the, dust is the largest source of error in many of those measurements. And so there are multiple approved programs in the first year to go observe these standard candle or standardizable stars to understand the distances to nearby galaxies, which then lets us leapfrog out.
What it's like to be that brilliant of a mind.
Of the universe.
I don't know why I didn't go into astronomy when I went to college.
Just to add to that, coming back to the transformational question earlier. So in Stefan's quintet, you've got the Galaxy.
I think it was just more I needed money,
side, which is slightly closer.
So I went into engineering, you know, just to survive.
That's 40 million light years, and at the moment we just can't go and resolve
1 degree and out
in a galaxy like that. And suddenly in that image, as someone said on the broadcast, you can see the whole populations, you can see the star clusters, you can see evolved luminous red supergiants, AGB stars that are producing dust. And then we can go and look in these galaxies out to these tens of millions of light years to do the work that James just mentioned, to build that ladder, in a way that if you try and do this with Hubble, it's just not sensitive enough. If you try and do it from the ground,
you definitely can't look through the cloud.
The dust is in the way. So it's just, and when you've got the myriad observations as well at longer wavelengths to broaden the wavelength coverage, it's going to be hugely powerful.
Wonder what the operating
we can take one more question from the phone line before we come back to
like if it's going to be just a few years or 10 plus years.
Okay, that next question comes from Christopher Kokinos with Astrology Magazine. Your line is now open.
Thank you. Yeah, that's Astronomy Magazine. Just to be clear.
Yeah, I was about to say. Astrology.
Yeah, I wish I was in the room to see.
Are we going to see Pisces?
First, congratulations, everybody. Really incredible stuff. And I know that we've heard terms like amazing, revolutionary, exciting, and so forth. I'm actually wondering if one or two of the project scientists can kind of compare the Webb to another moment in the history of astronomy or science. I mean, what do you rank this with? The discovery of DNA, Galileo's first observations of the moon. I mean, where would you sort of rank this in comparison to other breakthroughs in
It's
astronomy?
not super revolutionary, but it's going to help us to ask questions we didn't know to ask. So
I'll take a first crack at it so everybody else has time to think of a good answer here. For me, it is like seeing Hubble again, but actually better because we have
it's an improvement upon technology we already knew.
Overlaps with Hubble, and we're actually even sharper than Hubble there. So this is, again, seeing the universe in a new way.
It's like going from Commodore 64 to
could be able to
what we have now with PCs.
See it for the first time, internalize it. Tells me that everything we've planned through cycle one, the astronomical community,
but not a revolutionary advancement.
But it wasn't bold enough.
Does that make sense?
So I'm really excited.
Like it's going to give us some astounding information, but it's not like
the second cycle, seeing just
I love his pin, his lapel.
Is.
It's a little Webb telescope.
For me, the closest thing would be Hubble when it was repaired and we saw everything kind of snap into focus. I don't know about others, Klaus.
Yeah. To me, I'm not comparing to an astronomy mission, but almost. So one of my favorite pair of missions were the Voyager missions, right? Launched about the time that I was born, still going. And I remember growing up, being a kid and seeing, a few years in between those first high-resolution images of the outer planets. And it's one of the things that brought me into astronomy today. So I think that's what reminds me the most of what Webb is, seeing these things in high resolution for the first time and just going, wow, there is so much there.
I mean, if I may, in a way, we may have to wait several years to answer that question because history shows very eloquently that whenever a new facility is online and you ask the questions 5, 10 years later, what was the biggest discovery of that facility? Well, nobody could predict it.
Right.
And in fact, we've designed this telescope and instrument to do incredible science that we're going to start executing now. But really, we don't know what we're going to find. Hubble is a good example. You know, Hubble was to measure the Hubble constant, and it did. But nobody anticipated that they would measure the universe that is accelerating. That was a Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
So who knows what's coming for JWST? But I'm sure we're going to have a lot of surprises.
Thank you. We can come back to the room now for some questions. And actually, maybe not to make you run around, but maybe we can take one in the back there as well.
Hey there, thanks so much. Emily Pandice from NBC News. I have two questions for you. Do you plan to aim Webb at one of our local planets like Jupiter, and what do you expect to see? And our closest known exoplanet that we could possibly live on, it's only 4.2 light years away, so it's too far to travel to, but could you imagine its surface at that distance? And we'd love to hear about any plans you have for possibly habitable worlds.
Oh, go ahead, James.
Sure. I'll take the Jupiter one. We've already pointed at Jupiter. You're actually sitting next to Begonia Vilo, who is part of why we can point at Jupiter. So one of our commissioning tests was to check that we can do moving targets, right? That we can track something moving in our solar system.
That journalist is going to be talking to her afterwards.
Which is as fast as Mars can get. We actually broke through that. We managed to get a speed limit of 67. So we can track faster targets than we promised because the guider works so great. For Jupiter, we did a test of Jupiter just because Jupiter is so bright that it can be challenging to guide on it and look at the faint things like its moons. But we did that test during commissioning, and it worked, and the data are in the archive. And so there are
that's going to be interesting to see.
In the first year of science, peer-reviewed approved programs to study Jupiter and the Jovian system that we now are confident will execute.
High-res images of Jupiter. Oh, it's going to be sweet.
Jupiter as it moves. Those will go live in the archive later this week.
And those Jupiter images are beautiful.
So nice. They made me very happy.
Great, thank you. And maybe Nicole, if you want to take questions about exoplanets as well.
Sure, yeah. So I can start. So for the closest exoplanet system to us, that one doesn't transit its star. So that's one of the main ways that Webb will be studying exoplanets. So we can't, at the moment, use Webb to study that exoplanet system. However, speaking of, you mentioned potentially habitable planets, we did a countdown with TRAPPIST-1 earlier. Webb will be observing every single planet in the TRAPPIST-1 system. So there's 7 planets, and several of those are considered to be in the habitable zone.
I wonder just how close of an image we're going to be able to get.
That they could have liquid
we're looking 13.4 billion years back, and these are only 4.2 light years away.
That's our first step in the process.
How clear of an image are we going to get?
Okay, now, if we confirm there's an atmosphere, what can we tell about the composition? So it's a stepwise type of process, but that's our prime opportunity to study some potentially habitable planets around the TRAPPIST-1 star.
How freaking cool!
So yeah, if Renee wants to add anything to that.
Yeah, well, I guess what I can add is that what we've learned so far about exoplanet atmospheres is mostly around gas giants, you know, and mini Neptunes, but we haven't really explored rocky planet, and now we have this rock-star system, the TRAPPIST-1 system. As,
so is that because the giant planet's gravity versus whatever star gravity, it helps kind of lock us in a good Goldilocks zone?
And if so, what it's made of?
That's something I've never studied.
We have a hint of an atmosphere. Well, you can be sure the community will, put a lot of time to observe these transits whenever they come around. So
yeah, because obviously we're not going to get to these planets, but being able to research the formation of planets and how these planets are currently working with their stars can help us to answer questions about us that we can't see because we're so close, like in micro versus macro imaging.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Asa Stahl, Science News. I have 2 pretty closely related exoplanet questions for whoever wants to take them. Regarding WASP-96b, my impression was that previously our scientific understanding of that planet was that it was the most cloudless of any that had an atmosphere observed. But JWST sees clouds in the near-infrared or mid-infrared. So what does that mean, and how representative is that of what JWST can do that was previously impossible? And then secondly, going back to kind of habitable zones, astronomers have been guessing for years how capable JWST would actually be at doing this sort of thing, and now you're finding that it defies expectations to some extent. So what kind of boundary can we really expect? How many planets in the habitable zone around, even M stars, do you think JWST will be able to look for atmospheres around?
Okay, well, there's about right now a handful of habitable zone planet that we can look at. TAPIS-1 is one. But just to give you an idea about the major step forward we're making today, the main reference for exoplanet atmosphere is Hubble, and it's an incredible machine. And Hubble is saying spectra with that kind of visions in terms of wavelength coverage. When Webb suddenly will give us, I don't know, I'm going to hit you guys. It's that big. When you combine
a much broader image
by NIRISS, NIRCam, NIRSpec, and MIRI, then we have suddenly access to all possible molecules. You've seen these wiggles, right?
Hubble can only I don't want to lose internet during this.
One of those. Now we have a much
looks like it's about to storm outside.
The other aspect is Hubble is on a low orbit, so it cannot observe a transit event very continuously. And so you need to have several visits, and that's very inefficient. To obtain this kind of quality data with Hubble would take 10, 15 times more data. So Webb will be absolutely revolutionary in that respect.
Excellent.
And then I'll add to that. So specifically for WASP 96, again, you mentioned clouds and hazes, right? That hadn't been seen in that atmosphere before. So the benefit of having a space telescope is we get above our atmosphere, right, to look for clouds and hazes in other planet atmospheres. So the original discovery of that that it was a clear atmosphere was actually based on some ground-based data. And so now we have kind of the full picture. So the ground-based data covered part of the optical visible light spectrum. And now we have a better picture pushing into the near-infrared with NIRISS. So we can better understand, okay, what layers in the atmosphere might have clouds, because that's also part of the stories that we're able to tell the structure of the atmosphere, not just what's in it. And then, yeah, going to the point of, more habitable zone planets, Webb will, I think the community will encourage Webb to target as many as they can. Part of the problem is it just takes time. We have to observe transits exactly when they happen, and they only happen every so often, especially for a planet in the habitable zone. It can be 5 to 10 days for the smallest star, much longer if you look at Earth. So it takes time. So that's, in some ways, our main limitation.
Yeah, billions and billions of galaxies and stars, and you want us to take an image of something that,
Another question in the room here.
You got to know where it's traveling to and how fast and when your window's going to be able to take an image.
Hi, I'm Marina Corn with The Atlantic. My first question is probably for Jane and Amber. Can you tell us more about the tiny details that we're seeing in that Carina Nebula image? And then for my second question is for anyone who would like to take it. How does an image like that make you feel?
Sure. So for Carina, a lot of the detailed structure we're seeing is due to these newborn stars, because newborn stars are very energetic. They have these massive stellar winds. And so you see these examples of sort of bubbles and cavities, and that sort of structure is all due to the fact that this is this sort of stellar nursery where these stars are being born. And yeah, and that image too, sort of like the deep field, it's just, there's so much in it. If you even look like up at the very top of that Carina image, there's like HH objects that are getting blown out of that star that's on top of the ridge. Yeah, oh, the very top, little green things, you can hardly see them. But again, it's incredible how much detail is in these images. And yeah, we are just getting started, right? This is literally the first look. In the coming weeks and months, scientists will have time to dig into these data and learn more about the detailed physics of what's going on in these types of regions. Yeah, and I think your second question was about how did we feel? Or how does it make you, yeah. I mean, I think all of us are, in some sense,
overjoyed.
I mean, we're just blown away. I am blown away by what I'm seeing here. And my own research, again, relates a little closer to the intermediate redshift galaxies, but just being able to see the detailed structure that we've never seen before. And of course, when the reason we're able to see these very distant galaxies is of course due to the infrared. But we're also able to see details in galaxies much further away for that same reason, because the UV light that these stars in very distant galaxies are emitting also gets shifted, to the infrared part of the spectrum. And so, yeah, it's incredible to be here, and a lot of us here have worked on this. I think maybe all of us for over a decade at least.
Right.
So it's great. It's
From
great
the very
to be
beginning.
here to stay finally.
If I may, you know,
10 years to posit
scientists
hypotheses, and now you're going to be able to actually start testing those hypotheses.
When I saw that one in particular, I felt I was going to a gallery. This is an art piece, this thing.
It is.
That was revealed by the telescope.
I'd love to have it on my wall.
Many of them yet to be unveiled. So I think there's a good bridge here to make between science and arts. This is a beautiful image. So it goes beyond my scientific mind here.
And Klaus, do you want to jump in as well?
Yeah. So I think the Carina Nebula is sort of emblematic of some of the differences that we'll see with Webb compared to what expectations were, in particular in terms of nebula. Right, so
at the end of the stream, when I post this on YouTube, I'm gonna grab all the images and I'll have them posted as well.
The very near infrared image taken with Hubble, where you see through the dust and the pillars, the cloud itself, they become these kind of wispy things that go away. This is not what we will see with Webb. So the Carina Nebula here, that image was really designed with something else in mind. All the structure you see, all the yellow structure, comes from hydrocarbons, and you'll see this a lot with Webb. So these are large, very large molecules. A lot of people argue they're not really molecules, they're too large, very small dust grains that consist of carbon and hydrogen put together in very complicated structures. And the universe is just full of them everywhere, and we see them to the edge of the universe. What happens here is that they light up when you shine on them with ultraviolet light. And the part of the cloud that lights up is a very thin sheet on top of the cloud. The cloud is filled with them, but it makes you see just the surface. And that's what gives you the three-dimensional structure here. It's this thin surface, almost like a blanket.
So the density of those particles as it goes back.
The field. And so it was designed to show that, but also to highlight how Webb will allow us to understand these hydrocarbons. And you guys are going, why are the hydrocarbons important? Well, this may be the way that the universe is transporting carbon, the carbon that we're made of, to planets that may be habitable for life. Because these very stable molecules are very difficult to destroy. They're hardy, and so they make it all the way to planets in the habitable zones.
Go ahead, Eric.
So a lot of people sometimes see pictures of space and they think it makes them feel small. When I see these pictures, they make me feel powerful, that a team of people can make this unbelievable instrument to find out things about the universe revealed here. And just seeing that, pride in the team, but just sort of pride in humanity, that when we want to, we can do that.
Well said, dude.
That was always out there, right? The universe was out, it's been out there. We just had to build a telescope to go see what was there. Yeah, very similar feeling of maybe people in a broken world managing to do something right and to see some of the majesty that's out there.
Well said.
Okay, thank you all. We now can go and take a couple questions from the phone again to ensure that those who are dialed in also have the chance to ask their questions. So I'd ask the operator to please, again, prompt for questions on the phone and take a couple more from the phone lines.
As a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, please press *1. Again, that is star one. Our next question comes from Matt Kaplan with Planetary Radio. Your line is now open.
Oh, they got goodie NASA goodie bags. I want goodie bags.
Day. With the WST-96b spectra in hand, what are you now expecting, or at least hoping for, in spectra from more Earth-like worlds? I mean, how close might we come to detection of those atmospheric components that could indicate life, biological activity?
Oh. Thank you for the question. Maybe Nicole, Renee, if you'd like to start.
Sure. Yeah, I can start. So what you've seen with the WST-96 were prominent water vapor absorption features. So those bumps upward actually indicate there's water in the atmosphere absorbing starlight. And so it's very similar as we push towards smaller planets.
The carbon, the water, the heat.
The TRAPPIST-1 planets in particular. These are the best targets right now that are small, rocky, Earth size, with a few of those planets in that system in the habitable zone of their star. We're also going to be looking for evidence of water and as well as other molecules that contain carbon and hydrogen. So that's methane, carbon dioxide, molecules like that. When you combine all that together, you can understand the content of the carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and that's important because those are some of the basic building blocks of life. So we're hopeful that we'll see those data come out and reveal the spectra of those atmospheres.
How incredible would it be if we turned it around to us, we found a planet
for time to
within
reveal the
a
story.
decade,
And then Renee, if you want to,
2-decade travel time.
Of course, we're looking at the system that we know now, but you can expect many more exoplanet systems to be unveiled, and there's the test missions are already finding a lot. One thing that is predicted to exist, these water worlds, planets that have a rocky core with thick oceans around them. And the only way to unveil the system is to detect the water features in their atmosphere, and you can expect Webb to be able to do this once we have a target that it looks like a water world. So yeah, there's many.
Be interesting to see 10 years from now the next
focus on relatively small planets, and the majority of them will be around M-dwarfs. These very
it's so
small
important to get to Mars. If we can travel to Mars and maintain Mars, that's a stepping stone to move on to other planets.
All right, thank you both. We can take another
for
question
more
from
farther deep space actual travel.
Our next question comes from Ken Kramer with Space Up Close. Your line is now open.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Well, congratulations on all your hard work and the great success here. I'm really interested in the exoplanets, but let me ask you about WASP. I wonder if you talked about the water vapor, but have you detected anything else? Any oxygen, any ammonia, any hydrocarbons? Are you still working on that? What do you hope more to see out of that? Thank you.
So this was definitely, the first look, right? These data have hardly been analyzed. So this is kind of what comes out of the box. And so there's a best fit model that's shown on the first spectrum here. But you could see without the model by eye, right? The features that are due to water. The model is, we call it a best fit model, but it's barely scratching the surface of what we're going to learn. We are expecting to learn really precise water abundance constraints. So not just detecting that there's water in the atmosphere, but how much water is there and the implications for the overall composition. And along with improving the models,
at any given time, like on Earth, how much precipitation, how much of our water is in precipitation, like in the clouds, in the atmosphere, and not actually in lakes, rivers,
when you add
and
more to
oceans.
the model, you can understand and pull out, as you're asking, whether there's ammonia or other features, methane, carbon dioxide are two of the other ones that we would expect in this wavelength range as well. So I think we'll just have to wait for scientists to get out the data and go, work it with their models to learn more.
Especially if you can see a reduction in carbon dioxide and an increase in oxygen.
This is the first shot at actually getting an exoplanet spectrum with Webb. So one thing is the model, right? But when you're looking at the kind of precision we have here, 100 parts per million, you're into a regime where you're depending on details of how the instrument works, how the detector works. And so I think there will be, even of this spectrum, once the experts get a chance to look at the raw data, they'll be able to take out some of those systematics that are in there and produce an even better spectrum, even with the data we have here, in addition to more data we'll get.
Yeah, once you know how the machine works, let's see what else it can do.
Yeah, if I may add, so what is game changer here is the ability to probe several molecules. Hubble was mostly focused on water because of its narrow view, as Nicole mentioned here. Potentially one could detect methane in the spectrum, also CO. The fact that we don't see it very loudly means that it's not there. But as Nicole mentioned, this is not just a demonstration. This is scientifically useful data that people in 2 days will just jump on it to analyze. And then people will want to get other observations with NIRSPEC and MIRI to get the broader picture about the chemical composition of this atmosphere.
Great, thank you. We can come back to the room for some questions as well. I know there were a few more up here. Go ahead.
It's pretty good questions being asked.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Rebecca Sohn from Space.com. I had two questions. My first is for anyone who wants to answer. I know you keep saying that, in the coming days and weeks and in the next year, people will analyze these first images and others and sort of find out more. Do you have a favorite sort of expectation that you're hoping to find out more about just these first images?
Like, what are you
and my
looking
other
for?
question
Yeah.
is specifically for Eric. Now that sort of the first images have been released with this telescope, I know that a lot of people are sort of not satisfied with the name James Webb because of his association with discrimination against LGBT people. I wanted to ask if the sort of name is sort of a done deal.
Because the latest there is that if you've been following, our historians have gone back to conduct some additional research in archives that were recently reopened after they'd been previously closed due to COVID-19. So they are compiling that research into an update that we'll be looking to share soon. But I'm happy to follow up with you on that statement after the fact. And I think your other question was about excitement for the coming year in terms of what targets might be coming up. I don't know if there's anyone who wants to jump
Specifically
in
with
on
these first images, like what are you hoping to find out with sort of further analysis?
Who wants to jump in? Go ahead, Chris.
So they didn't have time to necessarily show it earlier. In Stefan's quintet, there was a lot of excitement immediately after the broadcast of the spectroscopy in there as well. So we've got an integral field unit in both NIRSpec and the MIRI instruments where you can slice up the spectra and scan through in wavelength. And they managed to get observations of the AGN.
I wasn't aware of
Northern
James
Galaxy.
Webb's discrimination stuff. I'll have to look into that a little bit
more.
more.
You can see just the gas kind of coming off of that supermassive black hole at high velocity. You can see that dynamics in the different lines going through. So we can learn about the excitement of that gas, the chemical properties of that gas. So you can see here in the emission lines on the graphic. And then you can see the sight line as well into the region kind of around the central supermassive black hole.
I hope we get a whole lot more information about how black
so we think
holes
the mass of this black hole here is a few times more massive than the mass at the
what they can create.
The black hole at the center of the Milky Way. And then there was another plot where you can start to see the velocities of that gas. So on this one, so at the bottom there, plus or minus 200 doesn't sound a lot if you see kilometers, but that's per second. So if you think of that in miles per hour, these are tremendously powerful jets coming out of this AGN. This is kind of to the moon and back in an hour. And we can learn about the processes in this gas and what's happening around the black hole for the first time by the power of this spectroscopy. And that's just, I think, going to be a real huge, exciting leap forward.
Is it true, Chris, that the power of those outflows from the AGN, they have enough power to disrupt the whole galaxy, right, to change the rate it forms stars and so on?
So yeah, we get this process called feedback, where that then, in the same way as we're looking in Carina, where you've got that ionization coming and triggering star formation or influencing star formation, we can then look at the feedback of this huge powerful outflow from this galaxy and the impact that has on the environs there as well. And then you can also see the molecular gas further in around the central black hole.
Yeah, if I may, this data set is so rich. As I said, it was observed by all 4 science instruments, and the nearest instrument actually got a shot of taking spectra of everything. And what we see there is there's a background galaxy that is with lots of distortion. And in fact, this is the same galaxy appearing twice in the image. But when you look at the image, you don't really know that it is the case. But by taking a spectrum of it, actually, we have proved that this is the one, this is another one. It shows that these 2 arcs are exactly the same galaxies. And that was worth 3/4 of an hour worth of observations. So it's just amazing. It's as Jane said this morning, you take that data before breakfast. And we're going to get much more of that in the coming years. Again, all these images represent 120 hours. Well, there's 6,000-7,000 worth of time in a year after year. So it's an incredible amount of data that will come down.
Phenomenal amount of data.
I think it's also important to note that just like with Hubble, these data, a lot of programs do have proprietary time, a 12-month proprietary time for the PI. But then after that, it's all public in the archive. And a lot of the data actually in the first 6 months of this mission will be public
That's something I've never done. Gone and looked back at all the old data and stuff like that.
Some of which
I don't know how well I interpret any of it, but you know.
And so this is, again, this is data. This is a telescope for the world.
Oh, I just now noticed that they have,
to be able to start to dig in very soon and do real science with this data.
It's makeup of atmosphere.
Thank you all. We can take another question from the room. So we have some over here.
Thank you so much, Joel Achenbach with the Washington Post.
Oh, I got the odds.
To follow up something Marina asked earlier, to explain the Carina Nebula, can we look at the Southern Ring Nebula, and can someone explain a little more about what is going on there? What is the story of that dying star? Why is it dying? Are we sad about the star dying? Apparently there are 2 stars, not 1 star. It looks like a nice swimming hole in space. It's a beautiful image, but we need the story maybe a little bit more if someone could do that. Thank you.
Yeah, so what you have here is a star that's dying. It's not just any star. This is a star that is much like the sun, or at least like the sun will be in 5 billion years when the sun dies. So what happens here is that when stars like the sun die like this by pushing out their outer layers, is that they essentially seed the galaxy with elements like carbon and oxygen, and that's where a lot of the carbon and oxygen comes from, like we're made of. So there's a life cycle of stars, right? So this is the end for this star, but it's the beginning for other stars and for other planetary systems. So the carbon and oxygen and other elements that this puts out will eventually
image, though.
end
How
up
freaking awesome.
creating planets somewhere else in the future. So I think that's really the basic story here. And what Webb allows us to do is to understand that in much greater detail. What you'll see when you zoom in on this picture, for example, is the turbulence of the flow. There's so many clumps and structure in that, and that tells you something about how the star manages to push out its outer layers. You know how that physics works, so we can understand how many of the elements actually come from this type of object. We can also measure, how much of the elements. And in this case, it probably creates some of these hydrocarbons I talked about earlier that you see in the Carina Nebula. Hardy.
And where they're going to go, what they're going to hit up against. Is it going to stay in that area, or is it going to go
understanding the formation, again, we understand
millions of light years away
why
to
there's so
form?
many in the universe, seeing to the edge of the universe. So it's really understanding where we come from that is in this story.
Thank you. I think we had some other questions over here as well. Go ahead.
Hi, Brandon Lewis with the NASA Social. I think a common question many people would wonder is this actually how it looks? And with a broader spectrum of light being captured than Hubble, how do you go about deciding which color channel to assign in the RGB color spectrum? And how would that look compared to how we actually see it?
Thanks for the question. Who would like to jump in on that one? Klaus again?
All right, so the color images here are created using infrared colors. And I just want to emphasize that infrared colors are just as real as visible colors. In fact, there are more infrared colors than there are visible colors. Just because our eyes can't see them doesn't make them colors. And so if you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, the visible light, we can see it's just this tiny sliver of the whole electromagnetic spectrum. So what we do with Webb is not making up colors. Or doing something odd with them. Like, for example, we use what's called chromatic
I knew this question was going to be asked.
So we assign to the blue color an infrared color that is bluer, that means has shorter wavelength, than a red color. And so we always maintain that order, bluer.
It's like when you make a topography map, right? If you use different colors on a topography map,
so you can think
you're not making up the colors of the ground. You're just, okay, 0 to 10 feet is going to be this color, 10 to 20, or 11 to 20 feet is going to be this color, just to make it easier to see.
The visible spectrum. So that if you had infrared eyes that were sensitive to this light, this may be what you would see. And there's no difference in the reality of this compared to the
coloring it so we can understand it visually with what we have for senses.
In fact, if you had 6.5 meter diameter eyes in the infrared, this is what you would see.
All right, great. It looks like we have another question from here in the room.
Hello. Yes, my name is Kevin McLeod, and I'm from NASA Social. I'm also the curator of Deaf Eyes to the Sky. I have a question from my group. Just what was your priority in the observations from this week, in this coming week? What are your priorities in the observations?
Okay, thank you. Take that, Eric. I was going to say for EROs, or feel free to jump in, Eric.
Yeah, well, as we talked about earlier today, they are executing normal science. And so those are priority order assigned by where the telescope was in the sky, what was visible, which instruments were ready at the time the observation came up. So those are going on right now. ERO priority was picked essentially on beauty and how informative and how interesting the science story was for each of those. And if Klaus can give you more detail on how they were individually picked, if you want to.
Yeah. So ERO, the targets here were really picked for the, as Eric said, for their potential for making beautiful images, but not just beautiful images, but also beautiful images that highlight something different about web. Right. So that's why we pick a star-forming region. The star-forming region is beautiful, but we knew that we'd also be able to see new stars poke through all that dust.
Yeah,
because we
I
used
mean, you want to make it dramatic for the public, but also be able to get some scientific information from it.
Have strong features so that we had a high chance.
Because not everything is going to be like
water in this case,
superb, fantastic imaging like that in order for scientific data. Some of it's going to be pretty damn boring looking.
The targets had to be visible at the time that they were observed, and so that made the final down select. Let me just add for the science program.
I love going on the NASA satellite tracker thing and like looking at where everything is in the sky.
They're prioritized based on the schedule. So we don't waste telescope time by going from one part of the sky to the completely different part of the sky, because it takes a lot of time to move the telescope. So they're scheduled according to schedule efficiency. With the one exception is that there is a program called the Early Release Science Program, which is about 500 hours that was selected a couple of years ago. This is very different than the early release observations. This is a peer-reviewed, ERS, peer-reviewed program made by the community. But the point of that is to make sure that there's even more data available from all the instruments and all the modes, spanning a wide range of science that is public immediately, has no exclusive access, period. And so they get priority because we want the community to have as much data available, in particular by the time they get to propose again. Right? So think about this. We're going to have another call for observing proposals from astronomers at the end of this year, early next year. And I'm very curious about, after people have seen this data, what we're going to get.
Yeah. What do people want to look at next?
We don't want anybody to have special abilities to write proposals because they have had access to data that others haven't had. So we want to make sure that everybody in the community has had access to data so they can base their new proposals on that data.
Great, thank you. Let's go back
Very
to the phone lines
open,
now, as we do have a couple of questions waiting there as well. So I'd ask the operator to jump back in.
As a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, please press star 1. Our next question comes from Liz.
Most of the questions that I would have posited have been asked.
Great, thank you. Thank you for taking time to answer our questions today. So someone earlier, and I apologize, but I don't recall who it was, said that cycle 1 proposals and observations, it turned out, aren't bold enough. So my question is, what would you like to see? How can you push JWST's capabilities further, or as far as they can go?
So I accuse the community of being timid on cycle 1. And I don't mean that they weren't thinking to use a new capability that they had with that Webb was going to bring online. But of course, they couldn't know just how good Webb was going to be when they wrote those proposals. So there's probably some conservatism built into the number of targets they wanted, or how long they think they might have to expose, and so they won't get as many targets.
Probably a lot of astronomers kicking themselves in the butt, going, "Shit, I should have asked for this."
Access to these data is that they can expose shorter in some cases. They can have more targets, or they can go deeper than they thought. So I think round two, as was alluded to there by Klaus, people will be much more adventurous because they now know just how good the facility is.
Okay, thank you. We can go back and take another question from the phone here.
Our next question comes from Dana McKenzie with Knowable Magazine. Your line is now open.
Hello, thank you. I want to ask again about the Southern Ring Nebula images. So I guess I'd be interested in if you could contrast what you can see in these images compared to what you could see from Hubble. Are there things that you can now spot that you couldn't before? And in particular in the news release, it talked about seeing separate shells around the nebula. And I was wondering if you could see these before or not, and how many shells are there, and what does that tell us about the history of this particular nebula?
Go ahead again.
I can see. All right, so there were a couple of questions there. First of all, what do we see that Hubble doesn't see? I think there's a key thing we see with Webb, and this goes beyond the Southern Ring as well, is that Webb sees molecules, it sees chemistry. Like Hubble mostly sees atomic gas. So what you're looking at is different energies, different temperatures. So Hubble sees the very hot stuff, Webb sees the colder stuff, and this is where you transform the gas from this hot atomic gas to one that creates molecules. And as I alluded to earlier, the molecules become important because this helps material transition through the interstellar medium to new stars and new planets. And so you see all the red stuff there in the Webb image is molecules that you just didn't see with Hubble. Yeah, you do see a number of those shells here. I've just counted them by eye. I mean, anybody can do that. As far as I got with it, right? There's probably a handful of those, and those come from as the star was dying, in its last dying throes, it starts to shake. It pulsates, right? And then at the end of that, poof, it comes out. So you see what the star did just before it created this planetary nebula. I find that fascinating because it's like geological layers, and you can see the history
the strata
of its last moments.
Yeah, if I may add, you mentioned colors and molecules that Hubble cannot see, but more fundamentally is the sharpness of the images. You know, this is the bigger your telescope is, the sharper your images are. And here this is 3 times Hubble, so we can see much more details of everything we observe with Webb, and that's a big difference.
And Chris, if you'd like to jump in too.
Just very quickly, if you just do this comparison, you can see the longer wavelengths with Miri, that hidden star just pops straight out. You've got the dust-obscured white dwarf in there. We can really then look at kind of how the binaries influenced the different structures that Klaus was just talking about. And it's by having that long wavelength for the first time with this fidelity and sensitivity that you just pop straight out, and then we can kind of try and reconstruct the history of it and the different layers. So.
Yeah, and it's a wavelength reach of that, right? Because yet again, we can see so many infrared colors, and that allows us to see so much more physics and chemistry at the same time with the same telescope.
Great, thank you. Then let's go back to the phone for one more question before we come to the room again.
I'm really allowing them to ask a lot of questions. This is nice.
From Matteo Rainey with Physics Magazine. Your line is now open.
Hi, congratulations to everybody. Seeing the richness and the details of these images, I can only imagine what is going to come over the next years or so. I was going to ask about the plan to analyze this massive amount of data, making data public, sort of artificial intelligence kind of analysis and things like that. How are you going to handle this data? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, where are you storing all of it?
All right, so Let's see. So we're going to release the raw data for astronomers and planetary scientists from what we saw today tomorrow. That'll open in the archive. And then the next day, today is Tuesday, yes, Thursday, all the commissioning data gets opened up. So that's something like 40 terabytes of data. So everything we've been seeing, that's multiple processings, but everything we've been squinting at, gazing at, wrestling with, trying to make, all of that commissioning will go public.
Freaking crazy amount of data.
So that's going to be fun. And in fact, I think
I'm just thinking, like, I have two 8 terabyte hard drives and then a 1 terabyte SSD on my computer.
Figuring everyone's going to grab
and they're not even close to being full whatsoever. And that's mostly video and audio and then video games.
Also, for the
that's
a
phenomenal
scientists, we
amount
put
of
out
just data.
A document summarizing the science performance, a very technical document.
I think it all comes over digitally and then has to get extrapolated back out.
It's available on the Institute's website as well. So that's out today as of 1 o'clock. Yes, so that's out as well. As far as AI, people are going to use lots of different approaches on these data. And I just want to make it clear that this is just the very beginning. This isn't where we
got to start making algorithms we never thought about in order to extrapolate whatever data you want for whatever purposes.
The effort is the telescope. The telescope works, and these data demonstrate that the telescope works. But the science results are going to be rolling out from here on in. People are going to use lots of different techniques to get as much science as they can out of the data.
What are some of the initial questions that are being asked?
Prime Day is really the 14th.
What day is it today?
It's fun to see what the
12th, right?
Yeah. Yes, I think.
Can I just mention so? Of course, it's not us. It's not us who is going to do all the analysis of this data right there. There are literally thousands of astronomers out there, and we know this because these are the people who are represented even in the first cycle of proposals. And since those proposals were submitted, I'm sure there's lots of new students, lots of new postdocs who are just gearing up to get going on this. So it's thousands of scientists around the world
that are going to be able to be made from this
data and analyze it. And I can't wait to see what they come up with.
And again,
it's a good time to be an astronomy doctorate student.
A critical aspect of these big NASA missions is the fact that the data isn't kept, to 1 or 2 people or a small
And that's
team,
how it should be, man. Knowledge should be shared.
I did most of my dissertation
Knowledge should be accessible for every single human being.
It really does fuel the continual innovation that we're able to do in astrophysics.
So we can progress as a society,
on the archive.
maintain our
starting
planet.
Tomorrow, again, it's not. We're ready, right? Astronomers are ready for this data. We've been waiting a long time. And so I think, now we've demonstrated that this telescope can do what we set out to do and even better in some cases. And there is a whole world full of astronomers that are eagerly waiting to jump on this data as soon as it's public.
I just want to add that the data processing part is a huge aspect of the project. There are 17 observing modes with Webb, and each require very special treatment. And it's been a lot of effort, years of effort at the Institute within the instrument team to design the best possible data pipeline so that the community can actually use them as soon as they can. And so, as we show today, it works, and of course there will be improvement. But that
I wonder if it's being stored all in one location, or if it's got little batches of information stored all across, kind of like a blockchain.
Data pipelines that works.
Thank you all. I know we have a few more questions in the room here. Go ahead.
Thank you. Marcia Smith with SpacePolicyOnline.com, and I think my question is probably to Eric, but I'd be interested in anybody's answer. And it's one of these philosophical questions, again, about where all this fits in our understanding of the universe. And so you see all these galaxies that you didn't know were there. There are exoplanets everywhere. I don't sense that there are many solar systems like ours, with a couple rocky planets and then some gas giants. They're all different kinds of solar systems. They don't seem to be very much like ours. And I'm just wondering, on a fundamental
some of those
level,
are very much like ours,
scientists being
just
more bold,
hard to see.
bolder. Do they need to be bold enough to really ask fundamental questions about whether or not everything we think we know is wrong? Are we on the verge of a Copernican revolution, or we suddenly realize through the eyes of JWST and all the other space telescopes and ground-based telescopes that, we really were missing something in all of our modeling and all of our theories about how the universe works?
So I'm happy to start with that, and I'll pick two specific cases. The distant universe case, the watching the universe turn the lights on, and then I'll talk about exoplanets. So we have seen the surface of last scattering in the cosmic microwave background. We have seen the infant picture of the universe. And with current telescopes, we've gone back to when galaxies were sort of young children. We're missing that evolution in between. And so in those hundreds of millions of years, the universe forms its structure that we know today. We have theories of how that worked, but this is the facility that we can use to test that. This is something we know, and this is what we built Webb to do. So I expect it will be interesting. Will it be transformative? I'm not certain, but it's what we built this thing to do. Now, the general capabilities that are associated with that allow us to do many other things, most of which we probably don't know today. But in exoplanets, which we didn't build this for, we will begin to really do detailed science of the multiplicity of worlds. You're right that our solar system looks unique now, and so with this, we'll begin to say just how unique is the place that we live.
Or is it not unique at all?
Are there other places like it? I think that'll be the first transformational discovery that comes out of Webb, the habitability question that it'll be used to ask.
Go ahead, Chris.
Can we get the image of the deep fields with the near cam and mirror image? I think, just as an excuse to show this, so this was kind of one of the European contributions was towards the MIRI instrument, but just on the left here you have the deep field with including the MIRI wavelengths and just the colors here and the different galaxies. I think this is an area where kind of everyone's just looked at this and gone, what are we looking at, right? Like, and the whole community is just going to get stuck into this immediately, and there's just going to be a huge leap in what we can do, again, by having this huge wavelength coverage for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the difference.
Even just by looking at these, kind of comparing them
Hubble and Webb.
Start to pick things out. People will already be, I'm sure, writing proposals for ground-based telescopes to try and follow things up, and it's just going to catalyze a whole chain of lots of papers in the coming weeks.
And I think it's been mentioned a couple of times, but we don't know what we don't know yet. And you know, I think it's true that every time we launch a revolutionary instrument into space, like Hubble, we learn things that completely surprise us, that do cause us to sort of change our fundamental understanding
holy shit,
of how the
I didn't
universe
think
works.
to ask
and
that
of course,
question.
Dark energy
That's the
is
whole
like
point
our
of all
generation's example of that. Who called for that, right? Nobody expected that. And we still don't know what it is. You know, there's still so much work to do for that. But I think the point is that it was totally unexpected. And so it's hard to imagine what we might learn with this 100 times more powerful instrument that we really don't know yet. So I think that's definitely possible.
Maybe add something to the planets and the habitability and the questions of that. So one of the big questions I have, right, and this goes to Webb being able to better understand the zoo of exoplanets. When you say we're looking for habitable planets, are we looking for planets just like the Earth around a solar-type star orbiting at 1 AU and the star is 5 billion years old? Or is most sort of the habitable area of the universe, is that in a completely different place? Right? Is that planets around much smaller stars, which may be much more common than planets around solar-type stars, just because the smaller stars, M-dwarfs, are much more common? Or is most life in moon systems around giant planets, right? So if we have in our own solar system, we have ocean worlds. Is that where most areas of habitability exist in the universe? We just don't know the answer to that, and I think
Kevin Costner Waterworld
in this exoplanet research will be able to make leaps in that direction. We get a much better understanding of where we actually ought to look, whether it should look like the Earth or look like something else.
Other questions in the room? Anyone who? Here we go. Do we have any? We've already asked. We have a couple over here. Oh, and what from some who maybe haven't asked one as well over here.
Hi, my name is Abdul Dramali. I'm with NASA Social. I'm an astrophotographer. That's way better than my work, I admit. My question, we briefly touched on dark energy in the previous question, but my question is more specific to dark matter. And given that we have no instruments that can directly interact with or measure dark matter, can we expect to learn anything new about the makeup of galaxies and other celestial objects in relation to dark matter from Webb?
field. Actually, no, keep this one. This is good. All right, so the reason that those arcs are there, the reason that those twisty, those long, stretched out, distorted taffy galaxies look like that is dark matter, right? It's the gravity of the cluster that's doing all the distortion, and almost all of that is due to dark matter, right? So of the mass energy budget of the universe, we understand 4%, right? The stuff that's the periodic table, the stuff like us. And the rest is dark energy, which we don't understand, and dark matter, which we don't understand. So, when you look at an image like this, you're right, we can't directly detect dark matter, right? It's confounding. But we see its impact, right? It's the dark matter that is doing the lensing in this field. Right, so there's not enough mass from the stuff we're made of in there to do it. There's not enough stars. It's dark matter. So directly detecting it is something different. That's a laboratory experiment. But what we can do is see how it works and how it interacts. We can see its effects in action, right? So by studying clusters like this is what I do for a living, so I'm getting pretty excited. So we can map out where the mass is in the cluster, and we can understand the mass distribution and how it relates to galaxies, which helps us understand where the dark matter is.
Now, what about all these new quarks and stuff that we're finding too? That's another question.
But it's the most powerful tool
we're seeing that obviously at CERN.
Is this type of lensing experiment?
The information from CERN, how is that going to interpret with this stuff as well?
One of the big overarching questions we're hoping to answer with this telescope is really to learn more about the big picture of how galaxies change over time. Right, you see the very distant galaxies in these images look totally different than the way nearby local galaxies look. And sort of putting together that picture of how galaxies change, really important. And we know that dark matter has to have a key role in that because we know all the galaxies that we see are surrounded by this dark matter. Dark matter is sort of the scaffolding of the universe that galaxies sit on. And so this process of how galaxies change over time has to be really critical.
The more we see at CERN and stuff like that, the more that we can observe with telescopes, the more we'll be able to start asking the questions of how do we build an instrument that's going to be able to see what dark matter is, what dark energy is, how it's built up. We haven't gotten to that point technologically that we know the question to then ask, how do we build this machine? That's where we're getting to.
Hello. I'm Elle Joy. I'm a guest of the NASA Social and host of Sunday Civics. It was said in the program earlier, and I know this from different missions, that there's a lot of science and invention that went into developing. And then also from missions and NASA work in general, there are a lot of things that transfer over from space and science to the regular world. And so can you talk a bit about, I know there's one thing so far that has transferred in terms of LASIK surgery or something, but what other things could we expect or look at that could come to
what can us ordinary people get from this?
From NASA science and missions?
Okay, I can start off with one. So you mentioned the LASIK device, and that came from how we had to measure our mirror segments, the accuracy we had to measure the surface of those, and that turned into a commercial product. There are some other products and processes that were invented within industry that changed how they did business. And so this might not be something that shows up in your optometrist's office or on your kitchen table, but a whole industry learned a new way to bond materials together, to glue composite structures together. And so a lot of invention we may not see directly here in the room, but it changes how industry works. And that's one that was a big one for us. And the company.
That's part of why it's good to have government invest in the sciences and arts and whatnot. And once you prove something, then you can turn it over to the private sector, and the private sector can then make it more efficient and better and utilize it.
NASA research into regular industry products.
Thank you. And this is the last question that we have time for, so we can go ahead and
it's so expensive to do things in the government. Once the private sector gets it, then they make it cheaper as well, so people like us can use it.
Can you, is it on? Sorry. Okay, sorry. Catherine Troach with NASA Social. You said that the data will be available for astronomers, citizen scientists. will we have an opportunity to play with some of the data? Will there be projects like the cloud spotting on Mars project that's happening on Zooniverse right now?
Oh, what?
I should have specified. So I made the mistake, so let me fix it. Yes, anyone can download the data. If it's some of the data have a period where they're up to a year period where the team that proposed it gets a head start, and then it goes public. But anyone in the world can download the data. So I should have specified. So you're asking about in particular programs that will involve citizen science, where they'll have higher. So those presumably are going to kick off, but we need data first, right? So let's get the data flowing, and then yeah, there's going to be lots of opportunities, right? I mean, for one thing, look how many galaxies are in these fields. If you pull up, can we pull up Stefan's quintet?
Yeah,
for me, what was
you're like, I want
surprising
somebody
about
else to help me out with
Stefan's
this.
quintet, was just how many galaxies are in the background, right? Everywhere is a deep field. And that's been true since the first focus images got photobombed, right? Like it's just, they're always there. So there've got to be some really cool, and one of the funny things about galaxy classification is humans do it better, both galaxy classification and finding lens galaxies. Humans are better at that than machines. In fact, we use the humans to try to teach the machines how to do it, but we're better at it. So there's got to be some fun things and important things for humans are better at classifying galaxies, finding arcs, finding weird stuff, right? I mean, we saw that for the Sloan Digital Sky Survey.
AI learning, they're going to look for a
interesting
specific thing
like
that's
the
been
green peas
taught
were
to them.
found by amateurs who were doing citizen science, and we're like, what is that? You know, why is it this little green thing? Oh, that's a galaxy that's pouring out emission lines, like the galaxy we saw at high redshift, right? So there's got to be lots of opportunities for that, just because there's so much data.
That's awesome. I love how enthusiastic these people all are.
And as mentioned, that is all the time we have today. But if you had a question that we didn't get to, we encourage you to reach out to us on NASA's media team, and we'll be happy to help. So thank you very much again to all of our panelists today, as well as to those who joined us here and all around the world to celebrate this release of the first full-color images and data from Webb. And as many have mentioned, this is really only the beginning for the mission. So we encourage you to continue to follow along. You can find news updates at nasa.gov/web, as well as on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at NASA Webb. So thank you all again. And with that, for those watching online, let's take one more look at Webb's first full-color images.
Oh, good. I don't have to. I don't have to copy and post these. They're gonna be here. God, look at the detail in that. That's just, it gives me goosebumps every time. Cat, get out of the way. Oh, just phenomenal. That's crazy right there. Be able to see the side galaxy there. Just the excretion disk coming out. Cat, what are you doing? Get off. Oh, look at that. That red dwarf out there. The level of detail in that as well. Just absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited to see what's going to be coming off this. Look at how... I wish they're going too fast. Just absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited to see what comes from this. Oh, wow. So seeing past that black hole. Oh, wow. I'm so excited I can't even talk. This is our hope, right? This is our hope that we can go back this far with the Webb. Oh. You know, and I'm like one of those people that like, you know, like I just got the new DLC for my game and I already want the next DLC. Like I want the next big thing after Webb. Oh, I can't wait to see the Jupiter image. Oh, that's gonna be so amazing. It's gonna be just absolutely phenomenal and epic to see all of this. Is that what you wrote? Oh yeah. What? Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, what we're looking for. Yeah. It'd be nice to have a little bit more explanation in this. I mean, I can understand it a little bit, but, you know, having a little bit more explanation would be nice. Yeah, seeing the coloring of the atmosphere and being able to see the particles in the atmosphere. Cat, stop moving the mouse. All right, I'm assuming that's going to be it. Pretty epic, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning into the stream and watching along with me. I'm so excited to be able to see what's going to come out of all of this, and I'm at a loss for words. Just those images exceeded my expectations, and I just couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, they answered a lot of questions really well. Everything of those images were just way beyond what I was expecting to see come out, especially just so immediate. I mean, that's less than a couple of weeks worth of information and data just right there. In the future, I'm probably going to have some updates as things come out or whatnot, especially if something's going to be big and they're going to have like a big conference like this again. I'll probably do another live react to it. But definitely highly recommend go to nasa.tv or nasatv.gov or whatever. You know, get the NASA app. I mean, this is going to be phenomenal. The next couple of months is just going to be amazing, the amount of information that's going to come out of this. And then in the next year or so, we'll start getting these big questions that get asked. And then the year after that, we'll get these answers and then have more questions. And, it's just phenomenal. I'm really, really excited. So thanks for tuning into the stream. I'm going to post this up on my YouTube for all my YouTube fellows. And, yeah. Then there'll be Core Keeper and Planet Crafter videos after that. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you guys later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.